8.
And welcome back to the next episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the Carnival cards. Now, we are down a couple of players for the next couple of weeks as they are on holiday, but that doesn't mean the story can't continue, as in fact, it is a storybook which is being read right now at this moment. But how we got to this moment, we will do a quick recap. So, the party had arrived in Thither as per a balloon crash, and you started scouting out the nearby area. You came across this, what was it? A crossroads of rivers, effectively. And as soon as you started peering into this kind of creek, you realized there was some sort of magic, some sort of illusion magic around this area. And wandering off into the tree line only ended up making you go in this loop, kind of repeating loop that just sent you back into the same clearing every time. And it wasn't until the party tried to do something tricksy to get past it was when you heard the creaking and lurching of a nearby tree. I think you actually even attacked the ground where you saw a root suddenly emerge, slap you aside, and the tree that had animated was this huge old great oak, and it began to question your intentions here, questions what your purpose was. And it's at this point some of you began to remember, wasn't there another tree that told you about phrases and counter phrases that would allow you entry into Thither? And sure enough, somewhere in the back of Xaxx's notes, they found the counter phrases that allowed them entry. And so one by one, they gave the correct response and were given entry into the real Thither. Before that, you saw this kind of illusion was looping you around, but now it seems there's only one river that sort of stretches out into the deep forest. And even the illusion on the great oak seemed to dissipate, and instead of this kind of healthy looking tree, they looked very old and ancient, almost like some of the life had been sapped from them. And so you pressed on into the dark forest, but you came across a split decision. One road led to a cave with a kind of flickering golden light, and the other led into a tunnel where the trees had grown so high and over themselves it kind of formed this canopy, like a funnel, and you could see little animals and critters heading towards that tunnel. And Tanwen managed to cast Speak with Animals and catch one of them and sort of ask what they were doing, where they were going. And this little porcupine told them that they were heading towards Fable Rise to hear the next story. And they were confused as to who was telling the story, and they replied, "Oh, Yarnspinner." And they told them that they were a very big, friendly spider. And as you came to this tunnel, you decided maybe they know a few things about the local area. And so stories always lead to somewhere. Stories have information. So you set off. Following this deeper and deeper, you began to see cobwebs, and you're a little bit concerned, but the animals seemed happy enough, and they kept on pushing on. And eventually you came into Fable Rise, which I'm going to actually take you to the map so you can have a familiarize yourself with it. Here you go. This is the image you saw as you were heading through that barrow of trees, and then you came to this kind of nest of sorts. There's silk huts made of webbing, and there were little areas of debris. It was a very confusing place at first, but there, sitting, telling the story to all these kind of little critters and animals, was this gigantic spider known as Yarnspinner. There's probably some art somewhere. Yes. There you go. And he had this large book that he was reading from. And after he finished his story, you guys approached Yarnspinner, asked questions about the realm. They didn't know much about the hags or the ongoings of thither. They just said that people are here, people are welcome to stay here, as it's a safe haven for all denizens of the Feywild, just so long as you don't attack any of the other denizens here. But Yarnspinner was very welcoming, almost too welcoming. Some would say. He offered you guys little silk huts for you guys to rest in. Xaxx, when exploring though, came across something called the Nursery of New Ideas, where all this kind of junk was sprouting out of nothingness. They found a robot that kind of exclaimed that it was just recently created, and you're not sure exactly all the details yet of how Yarnspinner creates their stories, but there's something magical going on for sure. They also encountered this huge stone block that would chased after Xaxx, tried to like clobber him, and it chased him out of the nursery. The other spiderlings, they told him that wasn't supposed to be there. That's odd. He also spoke with the spiderlings in the printing press. They said that there's keys missing, and then they need these keys to keep up the work to make books and books for Yarnspinner. And apparently, a boy had stolen them and disappeared some time ago. The party also spoke to Vulgate. He is one of the oldest spiders here. Seems to be copying manuscripts and transcripts in all different languages. He gave the party a key to get into the scriptorium as well. But later, when you were resting, everything seemed alright, but you guys couldn't help but theorize what was really going on here, and you came up with some wild ideas before falling asleep. Sure enough, one of those ideas came to fruition. During sleep, you had this vivid memories of the adventures you've had up till now. And during said adventures, there were images of this ghostly spider following you, almost like stalking you from the shadows. And when you came to, when you woke up, you couldn't remember your name or anyone else's in the party's name. And it's at this point you met a half orc known as Nobody, and he said that it wasn't. This was all some sort of elaborate trap, and that Yarnspinner was not to be trusted. He said that he had a few ideas as to where their names had been taken, and sure enough, that corroborates with Nox's story. Or should I say Solomon? Solomon saw this said ghostly spider actually vanish into the scriptorium, and so that's when you used the sort of access signature from Vulgate to get into the scriptorium. You had to pass a little riddle at the door, and entering in, you found a library of books. You found a brown bear who told you that there is a secret door around here, but they just don't know where. And on the ceiling was another riddle that said, "Don't judge a book by its cover." And after quite a long time of searching around, there was one bookcase that was particularly cluttered. All the books were either torn or worn, and they were just in the worst shape. But behind this bookcase was the secret door. And as you found this little like a little alcove, there's tapestries, balls of screwed up paper, and in one of the lecterns, this thorny lectern at the back, was the titled book The Carnival Cards. And in it detailed all the memories that you guys had shared during those dreams up till now, and with it, your names. And as you read them, they came back. The recollection of who you are and who your party members were came back to you. And it's as Nox is reading this book. Oh, sorry, Solomon. Your name is back now. I'm going to change that. Solomon came to the realization that there was apparently a curse over them, but they didn't get a chance to read what, as it looks like the book doesn't go into as much detail as you'd like. Or rather, it kind of ended when it was about to be revealed. But in any case, we're going to actually delve into that story, what the Carnival cards got up to in Thither, and you'll see that there seems to be, like a dream, inconsistencies and diverging pathways and timelines. Perhaps Yarnspinner has taken his own artistic license here, or merely he's getting the facts wrong. In any case, the story begins with you guys entering in Thither, much the same way. Actually, you changed that as well. You didn't go by air balloon, but rather you had to walk it, and Clapperclaw led you over this forest trail and through kind of like a winding canyon. So I'm going to gather up you guys. Grab you and you. Okay. And when you came to this pass, you did encounter that same tree, and it asked you the riddles, and this time it was far more unforgiving. And when Xaxx and Rodolfo gave their answers, it did not seem pleased. They were left behind, and so only 4 of you made it through. In fact, actually, should we say what about old Frog de Basque here? I almost forgot. Let's bring along Morgort as well. So 5 of you made it through.
Are we supposed to be on a different map or still by the scriptorium?
I'm going to take you to that now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so you're coming from hither to thither. So it should be from here. Alright. So here you are, on your way. We're diving deep into the story where it seems to diverge and take a different turn. I'm going to get rid of this marker real quick. Change you. There we go. Alright. So up ahead you hear the kind of crashing of water. There seems to be a waterfall and a river. And this mountain pass kind of winds around. And already you can see the lush green grass and leaves of this dense forest. And sure enough, there's wildlife everywhere you look. The air is much fresher. And you've probably been trekking through this pass for quite a long time now. But Clapperclaw is leading the way, and they assure you this is definitely the right way to thither. Go.
So
Come on,
have
guys.
Have we not made it to thither yet?
You are in thither, but like you're kind of on the outskirts, right? The border, if anything.
We've made it past the
tree.
trees.
Yeah. The guardian.
Okay. Do we notice that Rodolfo and Xaxx are missing?
Yes. You sadly kind of consigned yourselves to push on without them, as there was nothing you could do to convince this great oak tree that they meant well. But Xaxx and Rodolfo, and Rodolfo, they assured you that they'd probably find another way in.
Okay.
I hope they managed to catch up before we get properly into thither.
Yes.
We've only got 8 days.
Yes, and we wouldn't want them to be late. No, can't have people being late.
I've got string. Do you think we should tie string around the trees every now and then just to let them know they're on the right path?
Maybe.
It's not a bad idea. You wish to leave a breadcrumb trail for them?
Yes.
Yes, you can weave a path.
Certainly. Morgort kind of brings out the glaive and says, I could strike the ground. Maybe leave a marker.
Would be useful.
They should recognize the yarn that I took from Pavlana's cottage. So, I'll tie a little bit around a small branch at eye height for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so glad we did decide to take the hot air balloon. We could die from crashing.
Yes. Yes, Clapclaw knows all the ways, don't you, Clapclaw? You led us the right way. This is the right way, right? You haven't got us lost. Yes, yes, yes.
No, this is definitely the right way. But I'll just let you know, Solomon, there's plenty of ways to die outside of an air balloon as well. There's falling down the steep rock, cracking your head against the stone, or getting washed down river.
Ah, but I'm a really strong swimmer. No way the river would get me.
Wait, what?
Flashbacks to the carnival where Tarquin was face down in the river.
Hey, this is an alternate version of the story. So in this weaving version of the tale, Tarquin is a very skilled swimmer.
You might well be right.
Wow, look at that view down below us.
Yes, very pretty, but no time to just carry on.
No time to carry on? What?
No time to tarry on.
What?
Oh, just keep going.
What do you mean, Harry?
We can't just sit around and smell the roses. We've got time not to kill.
All right, so which way do you think we should go, left or right?
Clapclaw? Left or right?
Well, speaking of sitting around, it's as you come to this fork in the road that you hear a little tiny nattering of voices going back and forth, and they seem to be coming just directly above you guys.
Okay, do y'all hear that? Do you see anything up in those trees above us?
Do we?
There are leaves.
Yeah, some of you have got pretty high perception. What you see is a kind of fluttering of wings every now and again, and they are whizzing to and fro. There's about 3 of them in total, and you can hear what they're saying as well. They're like, well, I don't know what it is. Do you? No? Wait, where did you even find this thing? Oh, it's just lying around.
Hi. Hello?
Hello?
Is anybody up there?
Oh my god, it can talk! Whoa. Well, don't touch it. You can't quite see what they're doing up there, but they seem to be conversing over something that they have in their possession.
Why do you
Hello?
help me?
You can talk, little wedge? What's your name?
Solomon!
Solomon. Wait, there's 2 voices. Hang on a minute. Has this thing got, like, spirits in them?
Yes,
Oh, no.
we are trapped spirits.
Oh no! This thing's some sort of lich's phylactery! Throw it away! Throw it away! And you see one of the pixies launches this thing off of the side, and it comes tumbling down towards the bridge.
Tarquin's
And-
gonna dive to grab it.
I'm gonna farm
Okay.
with it to try and grab it.
Okay, you can both either give me a dex check, and you can roll a thorn whip. That's a miss on Tarquin's, probably because it's thorn whipped out of the air so well. You're about to get it before it dives into the water, and then snatched out of the air, thorn whip grabs this small wooden wedge. It's about 6 inches long, and yeah, it's almost like a triangle. You know, the same size and shape as like a piece of cheese. It's like that.
Freedom!
Dare you, litter? How dare you, litter?
Litter, what the heck? They all come to the side here, and they look down. Hang on a minute. These aren't spirits.
Or
These
are we?
adventurers.
Maybe we're the spirits of adventurers. How do you know?
A good question. Let me think. I know. And one of them does cast a spell. Let's see if you give off any magic. And of course, they sort of see what you're wearing or what you're holding, if there is any of magical things around you, and they go, Wait, do ghosts give off magic, guys?
We do!
Yes, powerful magic. How do you think we stay on this mortal plane?
Well then, how come you're not giving off any magic?
We are!
It's hidden.
Yeah, we have plenty of
Only
magic.
Only the most powerful of arcane casters can see it.
If I wasn't a ghost, then why can I do this? And I face step behind them.
What? Whoa! They get suddenly a little bit disturbed at the fact that you've appeared behind them. Oh, okay. This one's definitely a ghost.
Wisdom
They feel
saves.
cold. There's a cold aura around them as well.
Wisdom saves.
Oh, wisdom saves.
What's my thing for it? One passes, the other two fail. They're frightened
The
of
other two
me.
are spooked. Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
super spooked.
They're freaked out, and what you see is they're set around a little table, and they had tea and cakes on plates, and two of them like almost table flip out of sheer horror, and they drop their cake, they spill their tea, and the other one who's kind of by the edge, who was casting detect magic, and goes, "Hang on a minute, I recognize that magic. That's not ghost magic. You're an elf."
He's the ghost of an elf.
Yeah. What he said.
I mean,
why
would they be so cold otherwise?
Yeah. Why were you talking to this piece of wood?
Well, we were having a little tea party when Cowslip came along, and she says that she has a strange, weird item they found. Definitely not from the Feywild. And Spider Lily thinks it's a slice of cake made for a treant. Maypole is convinced it's a troll's toothpick. That's me. I'm Maypole. And Cowslip thinks it's an exercise bench for mice.
Why can't it be all of those things?
One's for eating, one's for exercising, and the other one's.
Well, what if
eating.
What if the mouse is meant to exercise on it, so they're suitable to eat for the ogre because they like their food really ripped, and then they can pick their teeth and then feed it to the treant friend.
Oh my!
It's a very complicated ritual.
It's a story. You like stories, right?
Everyone in the Feywild likes stories.
Well, do you want to know what our story is?
Okay, sure.
We have unfinished business, and we can't pass on until we meet. What's she called?
Scabatha.
Granny Scatter, whatever.
Scabatha.
Scabatha, that's it.
At her toy shop of wonders and mysteries.
Oh.
So, do you want to help us with our unfinished business?
Just point us in the right direction.
Well, we've heard about the old granny's ongoings around here, but we've not been to Loomlurch ourselves.
Well, now's your chance.
Where's Loomlurch?
Somewhere here, deep in the forest.
Can you point us in the direction of Loomlurch?
We don't know the way, but there's a bunch of goblins that do. They go back and forth from it. All the time, in fact.
Where would we find these goblins?
Let's think. Well, I look left to the winding canyon that goes kind of towards the left, and then the one towards the right. It's kind of more flat land. These goblins like to go into the forest and forage, and they've even made a little settlement for themselves. I think it's left. No, I think it's right. And they seem to be facing you, and then Maypole goes, "Wait, do you mean your left or their left, Spider Lily?" Oh, well, isn't my left the same as their left?
Do we go up the winding path, or do we go the flat way?
I'm pretty sure it's the flat way.
Okay.
Could be
Do we know
wrong.
what these are, by the way?
What the strange item? Oh, are you talking about what the creature they are?
Yeah.
These are very clearly little fairy pixie things. They got small wings. They look like
Very
little
Very pixie
children.
sprites.
They are pixie sprite fairy.
Yeah.
No, they're clearly pixies.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll put in a good word for you in Pixie Afterlife.
What are you gonna do with that piece of wood?
Do you want it back?
Well, we still don't fully know what it is, and we're not a troll, or a tree ant, or a mouse, so we wouldn't have a use for any of our guesses.
But obviously we
What?
have to reciprocate, right?
If you want it,
What if you hit it
Wait.
into the ground, then you can use it as a stool?
I have an idea. I'm gonna climb up on the cliff and be up top with them and say, you know what? Since you don't have a use for the wood, I have something to give you so that we can keep the wood. And I'm gonna take out the yarn and I'm gonna cut off little pieces and tie a bow around each of the pixies. Say, do you want a necklace or do you want a bracelet?
oh! They seem delighted with the idea of these little trinkets and bracelets, and
So that
they want a mix of each, I guess.
Okay. All right. So everybody wants a necklace and a bracelet. So I'm going to tie a little bow around each of their necks loosely, not to choke them, and then around their wrists. So they each have a little, like a little Christmas bow or birthday gift bow. Just a simple bow with the string, the yarn.
As she's busy doing the things for the other two, I go to Spider Lily and I'm just like, just be glad that she didn't make a noose like usual.
Whoa! They seem to back away as you get
Solomon,
closer.
Solomon.
Whispered it.
No.
I
Yeah.
whispered it.
You're not meant to
They
reveal.
back away,
You're not meant to
please.
reveal secrets of the afterlife, Solomon. It's against the rules.
These are not nooses. They're just little simple yarn bracelets and necklaces.
She
They
passed
back away.
on.
They back away so much that they fall off the cliff, but then they catch themselves with their wings, and they sort of flutter away, and then one of them hides behind the other.
Do you want to know what special power that bracelet and necklace has? Because I can tell you that.
Power?
Yes. They're magic. But magic that only ghosts can see.
Cowslip? Are they magical? They seem to shake their head, but then they look towards you and go, "Only ghosts can see it." Roll me a deception check, Tarquin.
I throw some leaves down. No.
I'll take the D4, I guess.
Okay.
It's a
Alright, we'll roll
13.
their insight. They
Wow.
seem convinced. Okay. Well, what do they do?
Well, as long as you're wearing them, you'll know where each other is, even with your eyes closed. But you have to believe.
Oh. we believe that we know where each other are. I mean, we three, we're inseparable anyway.
Well, might not be much use, but maybe if you give one to a friend, if you find a fourth at some point, or if one of you gets lost, or kidnapped, or
They
enslaved.
say, you know, we have something similar as well, actually, as it happens.
Hmm.
And you see Maypole pulls out a tiny little reed whistle. And they actually hand it to Tanwen. They say,
Oh,
here, this is so that you know... Wait, no, this is so we know where you are at all times.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. What a pretty gift. I love the little reed whistle. Can I blow in it? Can I hear the melody it makes?
They sort of giggle in and amongst themselves. And they say, you can, but you can only play it once.
Oh, well then I will keep it very, very safe. And I promise I'll only use it if I really, really need to see you. How's that?
They nod and take a little bow. And they kind of curtsy as well. And they're like, sounds good to us.
Well, thank you so much.
And who's got the strange wooden wedge? Is it still Solomon?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Do you actually know what it is, or do you have any idea what it is?
Nope.
No, it's a little wooden wedge.
Okay, that's fine. They're still curious as to what it does, but you kind of come up with a few other ideas anyway to keep them gossiping amongst themselves.
Yes.
I'm gonna put wooden wedge, but temporary.
Mm-hmm. All right. And yeah, they sort of wave you goodbye, and they say, "Oh, good luck finding the goblins."
Thank
Oh,
you.
if you know, if you get a little bit lost and you're still trying to find them, find the smell of sweet aromas.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think
Follow.
of goblins as sweet, but thank you.
Oh, these ones specialize in it.
Good.
You'll see what
I
I
like
mean.
a nice tasty goblin. I mean, what?
Oh,
They giggle at that idea. They go, "No, silly. You'll see what I mean when you smell it."
okay. Well, as I said, I'll give good words to the pixie afterlife for you once we finish our
Yeah.
unfinished business.
Do you have any messages you want sent to the afterlife? We can pass them on.
Yeah. Just what the heck is that wooden wedge? That's all we really want to know about.
Okay. So if we find out, do you want us to play the reed whistle and that will summon you and then we can tell you? Is that how that works?
You can do, or if you just need a help with something,
Alright. Well,
Okay.
bye
like
for
if you
now.
find yourself
Well,
needing to talk to us or help out, then sure, blow on that whistle. But otherwise, we won't expect you to have the answer when we arrive. But if you
Wait,
figured it out by then great.
wait, just one last thing. Are you the sort of fairies that can turn people into dinosaurs?
What? What's a dinosaur?
It's like a big lizardy thing, or so I've heard. Really scary.
Well, we can turn people into lizards.
I'll keep that in mind for later.
okay. Bye. And don't anger the spirits. And as I'm walking backwards, I use primal savagery to make myself look scary.
They freak out a little bit. Oh, goodbye, old scary spirits of the woods. It's the first time I've ever seen a spirit. It's not normally undeath in the Feywild.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Okay, so
Another one who put us
Clapperclaw.
onto spirits as an idea with the whole phylactery idea.
Yeah, true. So I'm gonna add something to your sheet, Tanwen.
Oh, I just added a signal whistle. Just take the whistle out.
No, you can keep that for now. I'm also gonna change it on this sheet. Actually, yeah, I'll add it here. Okay. Change the name. Where is it? Okay. There we go. Perfect. I've called it Reed Whistle.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so pushing on, you guys begin to see these green tufts of grass, and you begin walking around this side of the canyon. And I'd like Tanwen, you're sort of the one who's kind of guiding at this point. Clapperclaw says, "Well, this is definitely thither. Looks like Tanwen, you're taking the lead now."
Okay. Um, since I love forests, yes.
And you can give me a survival check.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was muted for that. It's like, I love forests as well, but they all die around me.
Oh no.
Clapperclaw laughs. Morgort looks at you worryingly.
They look better from a distance to me.
Oh. Up
Well,
ahead, Tanwen, you do see there is more dense forest, but as you're following it through, you start to see bits of broken trees. Some are sort of bent one way, others are cleanly snapped. And you see pine needles littering the floor like something has, shook a tree a great deal or indeed made it fallen over. And more you start to see bits of the ground are kind of torn up, like there's been a scuffle or something.
okay, everybody, we need to be very cautious. Keep your voices down. I think that something large had a fight here. Something that could break trees and mark up the ground like this. I'm sure y'all can see the signs as well. So just be on high alert and check above us as well. Check above yourselves as well. Don't just look at the ground. Look up.
I tend to always look up because I'm quite close to the ground, being short.
Okay. Actually, what I'd like to do is, if everybody's amenable to this, I'd like to just scout up ahead just a little bit, just to see if I see anything in front of us.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
everybody okay with hanging here for 15 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. All right, then.
Well, stay low.
I will.
Okay, Tanwen, then as you go a little bit ahead of the others, do you want to give me a stealth check? Because you're
Sure.
scouting. Very well. That
Okay.
you start to go off path, choosing perhaps the less open areas, going into the underbrush, darting between tree to tree. You do see more destruction. It begins to paint a wake of this destruction all the way through the forest. Some of these trees have been uprooted and knocked over, not just snapped, but like literally torn up from the ground as if something powerful and large has just shoved them aside with some sort of monstrous strength.
I would like to check around the tree that was pulled up to look to see if I see a dragon scale or, any hair or anything that might indicate what kind of creature um, has done this.
Okay. You
So I'm just
can.
searching to see if I can see any indication around here of what might have torn up these trees, tracks or anything.
There absolutely are tracks. You can see these quite visibly. Deep, deep three clawed tracks in the dirt, and they seem to be accompanied with a smaller track as well, like a long kind of line.
Okay.
And you can give me probably going to be a nature check to determine what kind of creature these tracks would be. 17. Okay. So, let's have a closer look. You look down and you see this line that seems to be in the middle of the
Hmm.
two tracks is very obviously a tail. Something has been dragging its tail along the ground. It's heavy enough to leave a mark as well. And the claw marks, they very well could be of draconic kind.
Okay.
And being that they're large, kind of reptilian in shape, but the size is the most kind of daunting thing. They are. You're probably looking at a large to huge like creature.
Okay.
You sizing it up to your own hand, like it's easy, like 3 times bigger than your own hand.
Okay. All right. Then
Uh,
I'm going to come back and report to everybody. Um,
okay. Yep. You do so.
well, I have good news, and I have um, excellent news. What would you like first?
Um, the excellent
News?
news.
The excellent news is, I think I know what caused this. The good news is, I think I know what direction we should not go. So, I think it's a dragon. I think this has been, all this destruction has been caused by a dragon. I don't know what type, but there are clearly incredibly large, footprints and what looks like tail, a dragged tail, going off through the forest. It's one direction. So we can go the other way to see if we can avoid it, or we can follow behind, although I'm not sure. I mean, dragons know a lot, they have a lot of information, but I don't know that we're equipped necessarily to handle a dragon if it gets mad.
I mean, we beat one.
We beat a dragon, and do you know what kind of dragon it is? Because aren't some of
No,
them nice?
You
We could.
didn't pick up
I
any
knew of
scales or anything like that.
I knew of a very nice dragon that lived near where I did when I was growing up, and it collected books. And she loved stories and reading. So yes, some dragons can be nice, but
Uh, I,
I have no idea the nature of this one, and I don't know what type of dragon. There wasn't a scale or anything, so I could definitively say, ah, this is a gold dragon or this is a red dragon.
I've got an idea. We follow the dragon's trail because everyone else would be so smart they wouldn't go near the dragon. So the way behind the dragon should be perfectly safe.
That that logic made my head hurt, but it does make kind of sense. Um, what I think we should do though is I think we should spread out a little bit. Don't bunch together.
Mm.
Be very, very quiet. Try to, go from tree to tree. That way, if we get suddenly attacked, hopefully fewer of us will get hurt. So just don't bunch up together.
Okay. You know, in some cultures, dwarves like to trade dragons to ride them.
That is true. All right.
Okay. Does everyone else want to give me a stealth check as well?
Yeah.
I'll guide myself.
You can.
Yeah. Like, as you would, crunching leaves to guide yourself in stealth.
Yep.
I got a 16.
16.
Yeah.
I'm on a 19.
And 19. Okay. And a new one from Tanwen as well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As we're getting closer and we're following this
Ah,
dragon's trail, as I've obviously started learning about dragons and sort of harnessing their power, can I like pick up any like draconic energy that I can perhaps begin to sort of try to guess what it might be?
Hmm. Okay. Perhaps. There does feel like there is some sort of a presence about this trail, especially since it's so prominent in the way that it's just cleaved a path through the forest. Um, and it's at this point, Tuck, when you start to see there's more of a clearing, and it's spent more than just a quick swift run through here. This clearly is a place where it's circled multiple times. All the tracks seem to start going in this way and that.
is that blood on the ground?
If you can see it, then yes. Can you? Is there red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's red all amongst the tracks.
okay.
Maybe he just
Then
squished some good
yes.
berries.
He got hurt. This dragon's hurt.
Or he killed
Something.
something.
You're right. It could have killed something, but look at how confused the tracks are. Almost like it is.
In pain.
It's yeah. It's it's hurt.
Or he's eating good berries.
Tarquin's going to
Okay.
stand in the middle of this and just try to sort of, because this is where it's been quite a bit, like try to focus on that presence and see if he can work out anything about it.
I taste the liquid.
It absolutely is blood, Solomon.
See, it's only good berries. Uh,
And it's as you're walking around and you hear Morgort and Clapperclaw, they're not being as stealthy, unfortunately. Got like an 11 and a 15. Morgort's just sort of hunkered down behind this tree, and you can hear her sort of treading on twigs occasionally and snapping them. Whereas Clapperclaw actually trips over a rock. Their gourd rattles with all the sounds of those coins that they have inside of them,
Oh no.
and then you hear them kind of trying to get up, and the claws clack, clack, and clack and clack. Oh, I've fallen down. Hold on. And their gourd fell off and actually rolled away as well. And as you're coming over, Solomon, they're picking up their gourd, putting it back on their heads when you hear a rustling from a nearby cave, right where
uh,
Clapperclaw stood.
I use first step. No, wait. Oh, no, never mind. It's not me. Wrong character. Never mind. I grab him and then start to pull him back towards this wall. Out of the way. You know, like you would round the corner.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, you hear the sound of something moving up this cave. There's a couple of stones that probably clatter as this thing is moving down the cave.
Wow. Just hand over Clapperclaw's mouth.
If they had a mouth, yeah, sure.
They talk from
Um,
somewhere.
Absolutely. It's
Get back, get Clapperclaw away from the cave.
I'm dragging Clapperclaw.
Yeah, you slowly try to drag him back. He does make noise as you move him, unfortunately. He's just that kind of creature that, just constantly rattling thanks to his coins.
Why did
When
we?
suddenly, when you start to see something emerge, something black and something you can smell it. It smells like wet fur, and you hear this slight little roar, but
God,
it's kind of a tiny roar. It's like a roar,
really?
and a small baby black bear emerges from the cave and looks around.
Oh, oh, I would
Okay.
like to cast Speak with Animals and
Okay.
and say, "Hi, fella. Are you okay?"
The slight roars and suddenly translate into cries, into sobbing,
Oh,
and it sounds
baby.
like it really is like wailing in pain. There doesn't seem to be any particular injuries over them though, but they are kind of going, "What? Where are you? Yeah, did you come back?
Here.
Hello?
Hi. I'm Tanwen.
Oh,
Um, I are you okay? Did you get hurt?
no, Mama. Who are you?"
I I'm Tanwen. I'm here to help. Where's your mama at?
You start to see it tear up again and let us out another cry, and they say, uh, "They said to hide. They said something was coming for us."
Oh, baby, are you by yourself? Do you have any brothers or sisters? Or is it just you?
It's just me.
Here, come here. I'm gonna sit down with my back up against the wall. Here, I'm sitting down. Do you want to come? Do you want to get a hug?
You can roll an animal handling check. We'll see if they are. We'll see if they're recipient enough. They do. They seem to be absolutely pining for like a motherly attention, and sure enough, they climb up onto your lap and sort of collapse into your hug.
Can you tell me what happened, sweetheart? I mean, were you and your mom looking for food, or is this your cave?
This is our cave, yeah. Mama was out here just rummaging around, and then she shouted, "Get in the cave! Get in the cave!" Before I heard a roaring sound, and then I heard the snapping of trees. I heard a struggle, and then it all went silent.
Oh, that must have been terrifying. I know I would have been so scared. And you have been so brave. Um, I can't believe how brave you've been. Um, is there anything else you can tell me, Sweet Pea?
It says, I remember a whooshing sound.
Okay, well, I'm Tanwen. Gee, what does your mama call you?
uh, Peanut.
Peanut. I love that name. What a great name. Are you, um, can I tell if it's a girl bear or a boy bear?
Uh, nature check.
I mean, okay.
You know what? I'll roll for it. Evens is a girl. It is. It is a girl.
Okay.
You can tell.
Well, Peanut, um, I need to talk to my friends, and tell them what we found. Do you want to hide back in the woods in your cave, or do you want to come over with me while I talk to my friends?
I've been waiting in the cave for ages.
Okay, well,
Mm,
why don't you come with me, okay? And,
okay.
and you can stand right by me, and if you get scared, get behind me. How's that?
It nods. and you head back towards the group.
Okay.
And as you was doing this, I'm gonna change over to Tarquin, who, like you said, you kind of been in this kind of meditative like stance, and you've been perhaps trying to maybe even attune to this blood the same way you did with the other blood. However, there doesn't seem to be any connection being drawn from this. It doesn't seem like this blood is draconic. And as you see Tanwen across the way conversing with this small bear, you kind of put two and two together and realize this isn't dragon's blood at all. This is something got attacked here. And if you
Blood is
want,
the
you can
result.
also give me yeah, you can also give me a survival check as well if you want. That's a success. You determine that there wasn't just dragon claws and markings here, but also there are paw prints as well. Not as many, but certainly enough that you determine that there was a bigger bear something around here. But with an 18, the most important fact is there is no trail of these monstrous claws leading away from this site. They sort of just stop. And you can probably determine as you follow them all the way to the end, there's a particularly deep set of prints.
Where it would have kicked off the ground.
Exactly.
Okay. Tarquin actually just sort of looks for a moment and looks at what he now assumes to be bear prints and like, I mean, I know a mother bear will like do what they can for their cubs, but damn, it managed to seemingly do something to a dragon. That's impressive. He just wanders over.
Tarquin, Solomon, hi, this is Peanut. Peanut was hiding in the cave, and she said that her mom shouted, "Get in the cave, hide," and she did what her mom told her to, but she heard a lot of roaring and then a big whooshing sound. And her mom hasn't come back for her.
Aw, did your mum die?
Solomon, poor Peanut is having a really rough day. Let's assume that her mom's alive for right now.
I had a look at the footprints and I can see what I assume to be Peanut's parents' footprints mixed in, and it looks like the dragon kicked off the ground and has flown off somewhere. I can't really tell much more than that, but the blood is not dragon blood. It just doesn't show good signs.
Tarquin, can you tell what color dragon it is? Are we dealing with a chromatic or a metallic dragon?
I mean, if we had Xaxx here, he might be able to tell more. I mean, I couldn't. If I had the blood of the dragon, I might be able to attune to it in the same way I did the black dragons, but unfortunately, I can't tell a lot just from the prints. I'm not that much of an expert, but I mean, what's odds? I mean, so looking at sort of the path of destruction, does it almost look like it sort of flew down and sort of landed on like this point where the print started? Maybe just the gust of its wings is what's knocked over the trees.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's obviously gone through.
If the bear did it any kind of damage, then it might have flown away to try to escape the battle. But that leaves the question of what happened to Peanut's mother. Was Peanut's mother carried off, or did Peanut's mother give chase?
I can't see any bear prints leading off either, so I'm guessing if anything did happen, it was carried off.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, then I know that we have assumed the worst, but I'm wondering if we need to verify this.
Bye.
I mean, we can.
See if we can see the nest, Solomon, and see if we see the bear
I mean,
There's,
or the bear's remains.
there's going back over the Tarquin and looking, talking about the bear track specifically. It's odd. You got a good roll with 18, and you would be able to tell if there was a quite a big struggle here, and you can tell how the tracks of the monster has circled around it, but there isn't actually much of a movement from the bear's side, at least, like what you'd expect for it to perhaps defend itself. There isn't much signs of it
yeah.
either putting up a fight or even attempting to fight. You're not 100% sure. And it's as that kind of confusing thing is pointed out that Peanut also speaks up and says, "Oh, I remember one more thing,
What do you
but it
remember,
was,
sweetheart?
I don't know, it was really strange. There was the snapping of trees sort of drowned it out, but I could hear some strange noise. It was almost like a bubble, 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 bubble noise. I can't recreate it. It's sort of,
Okay.
it was really weird."
All right. Peanut is telling me that she heard a really unusual noise. She can't recreate it, but it was like a burbling noise, almost drowned out by the snapping of the trees.
Hmm.
And unless the dragon got the bear and punctured a lung, I can't imagine what made that noise.
Well, if it was punctured by if it was by the snapping of the trees, I'm almost wondering if maybe the bear just got caught in the crossfire of something. Like maybe it was.
That's interesting. Maybe it was two dragons fighting, and the bear went out to defend her cub in her den.
Or it might.
Pe-
Hmm.
Peanut, did you live with just your mom or your mom and your dad?
It nods, just Mama.
Okay. All right. Peanut lived with just her mom.
Having a closer look at these prints, does it look like there might be more than one dragon's prints here?
You carefully examining them with that 18, there is only one set, and that set remains identical the whole way through the track.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying, Tarquin.
Could you ask Peanut where they were when they were told to run into the cave?
I'll tell you this. Hold on, sorry to go into more detail about those specific tracks. It appears as though the back legs seem to have 3 claws, and the front legs seem to have 4. You can tell actually by the artwork as well.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
what I
looked
was
confusing.
asking to some extent.
Yeah, it looked confusing at first. Like it's possibly there would have been 2 dragons, but then realizing now that no, these are hide and front legs. They have 3 and 4 respectively.
Would I be able to have an idea of what it was? Because Tanwen said black dragon, but we know
Mhm.
that the fact that we came across a black dragon was a rare occurrence because they're not native to the fair. Only certain dragons are actually fair.
Wow.
So would I be able to?
You can roll a nature check, yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
Oh, I got myself.
Blood's trail kind of starts here.
Oh, that was a 19. You.
Neither you, Tarquin, or Tanwen are able to determine what color what type of dragon this is. All that you can really come to conclusion is that it has an interesting pair of legs in that, given from the tracks, it was on its hind legs the whole way up till it perhaps pounced on its target here, and it definitely flies.
So,
You figured that much out, but there are no scales left behind in its wake. There are no smells or this thing isn't. It's not its lair, right? So it's not necessarily giving off a deep smell. It just sort of swooped in here. The only thing you can tell is that it's clearly very strong, and it has an unusual set of legs that you're not familiar with.
why would it go on 2 and then on 4?
Oh.
What do you mean? Why would he go on 2 and then?
Well, like back here, as Chris was saying, it was walking on 2, and then it's only when it gets to here that it uses all 4.
Maybe it was holding something in its front 2 legs.
Yeah,
And
because there's blood all the way back here, so maybe this is where it got grabbed and then it was dragged.
Maybe, but then
Look,
that
there's
wouldn't
even-
explain the circling around.
Well, there's the drag marks, and then maybe it was circling because it was ragging it.
You know, I'm thinking there's some sort of third thing. Might not be a creature, but there's something else that we're missing.
Peanut, honey, can you go stand by Morgoth? I'm gonna go take a look around, and I want you to be very safe, okay? Morgoth will keep you safe while I go look around.
Tanwen, could you ask Peanut where they were when they were told to get in the cave? And where their mother was?
The mother was just outside the cave with Peanut. But Peanut, just one last thing. Did you, where was your mom exactly when she told you to run inside the cave and hide?
Peanut kind of gestures towards here.
Okay, that's
and then Peanut says, and then I turned and ran.
You were such
I
a good
didn't look
girl.
back.
You were such a good girl, Peanut. That was very, very brave. I would have been so scared when I was your age, when I was just a little cub.
A burbling sound. What could the burbling sound be?
I would like to kind of in circles, just circle around, kind of just outside the trees to see if I see any other footprints or any other signs that there was a third creature, or make sure that there's not a bear that ran in the woods and is bleeding out right now, kind of a thing.
Sure, you can give me another survival check just to be extra diligent. Doesn't appear there was. No, you can't find any others. There's perhaps older tracks, like where you can tell a bear has come and gone, but they don't look fresh.
Okay.
I mean, burbling sounds. That sounds like it could have been a frog. Frogs burble. Maybe it was a frog with wings. And it swallowed the bear and then flew off.
Are you trying to tell me that somehow the Bullywugs have evolved after coming to Thither?
I mean,
not you, frog. The giant frogs, the ones that you ride.
Oh, the mans.
Or
I
maybe.
can assure you, I have never seen a frog fly.
What about a frog? Frog him off. Can they fly?
No, they do not even have arms. They have a tentacle where they should have hands.
Or maybe they swung out of here with
But
their
if
tentacles.
A frog humoth is roughly the same size as this.
Does it have three toes and 4 toes?
No. And they stick to more swampy climates. But they certainly cannot fly.
I mean, I think maybe we should, if we want to try to find out more about this tale,
We carry on.
then I would guess we follow in the direction that it took off, which would be this way.
Well, the
Yeah,
the
it is
question I
actually.
have is, we want to take Peanut with us or try to find Peanut somewhere safe to stay? I mean, I don't mind taking charge of a child.
Um,
I mean,
Um,
if it's safe for Clapperclaw, then it's safe for Peanut.
okay.
yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
I don't
ask.
quite. I don't really fear death, so
I'm gonna.
I laugh in the face of death.
I'm gonna
Wow.
ask Peanut. Peanut, sweetheart, do you have an older sister around
Um,
here, maybe? Um, that live near your mom? Maybe she has some cubs of her own. You've got some nieces and nephews.
um, it's likely that there's more bears in the forest than just this pair. So they say, um, yeah, I heard there's other families of bears. Um,
Okay. Well, do you want to come with us while we look for your mom, or do you want to go see?
okay.
Do you want us to take you to maybe a sister, or an aunt, to be somewhere safe while we look for your mom? Honey, I've got to be honest with you. With all the blood on the ground, this may not be a happy finding.
It
So
begins to sob again,
I am
and
so sorry. I'm gonna sit down and put my arms around the baby.
Um, Looking at where the four hands are down, so where you've got
yeah.
the four prints, are there any other sort of markings around that, like where the ground might be scuffed or anything in any different way, or is it just distinctly like that print?
There are a couple of more four-sword prints around, and
Because I'm just thinking on. Because
the
so
way
far we've
it's kind of
said like a lot about dragon, but
the
from
way it's circled, it's almost like it wasn't part of this scuffle. It was less part of
it was like it maybe
the
running to take off or something.
potentially that, or if it was, it wouldn't. It would find a better path than all these trees. These trees have been smashed down in that path, which wouldn't
Yeah,
make sense really to
yeah.
take off. They would probably go back on the way they came if they wanted a clean what do you call it, runway. But rather, it looks almost as if it was just simply stalking their prey, but not in a stealthy sense. More like they needed some sort of time before they made the final kill.
Uh,
Like before they took the killing
uh,
blow, they circled the creature.
in which case, I'm wondering if maybe, think looking at this and the way this fight seemingly gone, I think it's possible that this creature, whatever it was, hit with some form of venom, perhaps, or poison, and it was waiting for that to take effect. Possibly. Or something like that. It was circling around, almost waiting for something before it made its final move. Which makes me think that whatever it is normally goes on 2 legs, but maybe when it's doing this stalking thing, it goes on 4. Which, in my head, I'm just thinking the Tigrex from Monster Hunter, because that has the 2 legs, and then when it charges, it goes on all 4s.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we're going to learn anything more
No.
just standing here.
No. Our
Um,
best bet is to head, if we want to find out anything, find the truth behind this tale, and maybe save thither from whatever this thing is. I think we go this way and just see what we can find. After all, if there's a wasp in a room, I'd like to be able to see it. No offense to your wasps.
They're dragonflies. Well, I do have a couple of wasps.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a couple of wasps.
That's true. Okay.
I'm not going to
So we
insult a
are following-
dragonfly. I'm basically a dragonfly myself. I've got like the wings and I've got dragon stuff.
So we are attempting to follow this creature.
As best as we can.
Very well. Lead on. I'll have my glaive at the ready. And Morgoth quickly pulls out a whetstone and sharpens their glaive once more as they head deeper in. And you're traveling for some distance before you're keeping your eyes peeled for anything in the air. It'd be obvious if it had landed, you'd see more destruction, snap trees and the like. But you don't come across any tracks and you don't see anything flying up ahead. But what I will say is everyone can give me a perception check anyway, just
Okay.
because you are actively looking and you might see something else instead. Pretty lows.
Hell.
Yep, no dragon in the sky yet. And there it is.
Well, you said it's dark.
It is.
It's
a night
almost
sky.
like night. So if it's a dark-colored dragon, it would be much harder to see in the night sky.
It's very true.
I mean, I suppose the only other thing we could be doing is if it's carrying something that's bleeding, there might be small amounts of blood, maybe on some of the trees or something we could spot, maybe.
Not with those.
Yeah.
Not with those checks, you know. Sadly, it's almost as if perhaps maybe it's, for all you know, maybe it gobbled it up in one gulp, or it's taken such a
Yeah.
speed that the drips are far and few between. In any case, you're not seeing or picking up on any of those clues. The only one who hasn't rolled yet, I guess, is Clabberclaw. We'll give them a little roll. 11 is at the highest of the that's the highest of everyone. Clapperclaw seems to wander off trail a little bit. Not too far, but you can tell they're kind of fanning out, perhaps, and they're drifting off slightly more than the rest of the group.
Right, no signs, which is unfortunate, but I mean,
Guys, does anyone else smell that?
what you smelling? Is it sweet?
Yep. Oh, really sweet.
And that might be our goblins. We could head to the goblins and maybe find out some information from them if they know of any aerial predators nearby.
It's almost sugary.
Not a bad idea.
Now let's follow your nose, Clapclaw.
Like candy. He claps his claws excitedly as he starts kind of wandering and following his nose. Even though he might not have one, it seems as though this strange child, this strange scarecrow, shares all the senses that a normal living boy would. And we're going to just drag you to this map. The old... Yeah, let's go here. So, you're traveling for some distance again, further and further, but sure enough, that sweet, sugary aroma just gets stronger and stronger. It's also, there's some sort of smell. It feels like it's masking something as well. Like there's this kind of inescapable scent of rot or something. And it's only becoming more and more apparent the deeper into the forest you get. It's a little concerning because some of the bark on the trees have like rotted away. It's not all of them, but sporadically you see some trees have just fallen to some sort of either disease or rot. The ground is patchy in areas, and you start to see up ahead there's more trees that have been actually cut down as well. And they've clearly been cut with like an axe, and other areas look like they've got little wooden posts, and following this wooden post seems almost like made as a marker, and you see a dirt track that is well trodden. And so following this little track onwards, it's definitely getting stronger, the sweet smell. And finally, as you come over this wooden track, it actually ascends onto a bridge. And looking down from it, you see there are several quaint dwellings, and they sit in a lush terrace in this kind of forest alcove. Now I'm going to drag you to Terrace Town. There are small goblins moving about. You can see them taking care of chores. There seems to be some bustle to the town, and it seems to be also languishing, perhaps also suffering the same fate as this inescapable decay spreading throughout this forest that you've started to see. But that sweet scent is still in the air, just masking that distant lingering rot. And I'm going to drag your tokens up here.
Does it look like the town was once prosperous?
It does, and for the amount of goblins you're seeing, it doesn't look like they could all occupy this many homes, right? It should be busier for the amount of dwellings here. You're only seeing kind of like a few goblins at best.
Are all the buildings goblin-sized, or are they more human-sized?
They are goblin-sized, yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody, be very careful. We don't know if they're going to be hostile or not, but it's probably better to assume that they are.
You're looking at them for any hostilities. There's only about one that you can see that is actually armed with a short bow and a scimitar, and he seems to be standing at this post here.
Right.
Whereabouts?
This one over
the top
here.
middle. Yeah, middle top. He seems to be standing guard outside that. But everyone else, they don't really have like weapons on them.
Okay, I'd like to go talk to the guard.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
the
then.
path that I was
Yep.
heading as well.
You absolutely can. The goblins have clearly taken note of you at this point, and the guard steps forward to sort of meet you halfway.
Morning? Or evening? Night? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's twilight here and thither.
Good twilight.
Good twilight to you, or at least that's what I would be saying if it didn't feel like such a bad day.
How? What seems to be the problem?
People are packing up, moving ship, jumping ship, if anything.
Why are they packing up and moving out?
Recent ongoings in the forest has made it clear that this place isn't a safe one for the residents anymore.
Can you tell us more about what's been going on?
Perhaps it's better you speak to Lobana Marcypants. She's inside. She can tell you everything that's going on.
Right, well.
Okay. Can you take us to Lobana Marcypants?
Sure I can. Right this, and before he can really lead you on, you see this other goblin nearby, who's kind of like wiping back tears from their face. Seems like he was conversing with this guard before, and he looks like he's been stood here for a while. They weren't like having a conversation, but you can see the guard is sort of they look awkward as they try to like gesture you past them.
Do you need to
yeah,
see them first, or?
No, I've already told him there's nothing we can do for him. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You see, he looks around and goes, wait. You seem like powerful adventurers.
I mean, we try.
You You might be able to help me.
Mm.
What is the problem? Why are
Um,
you crying?
well, sorry, I'm a little bit crestfallen over the recent loss of my daughter. She's gone missing.
What do you mean missing?
I mean that someone or something has taken her.
How old is she?
Um, must be only about. Oh, he starts counting on fingers. Let me tell you exactly how old she is. She is. Oh, she's 8 years old. She shouldn't be out in the forest alone.
No, so you're sure she didn't just get lost picking flowers?
No, certainly not. She wouldn't have gone far. She knows her way around, but she's she's. And then he turns to the other guard, kind of grits his teeth, and then says, "I think we've been betrayed."
Okay, what is your daughter's name?
Yvelda.
Ivelda? What was Ivelda wearing?
Um, she has her dark, messy hair. It's usually tied back in ponytails, and she wears a small little green tunic.
Okay,
Uh,
all right. And what is your name? Because if or what does Ivelda call you? Did she call
I'm
you Papa or Daddy or Dad or
yes, I'm her father. I'm my name's Benzie.
Enzi? Okay, all right. So we'll tell her if we find her that you're looking for her, okay? But we're gonna go talk to some people and see if we can find out
Yeah,
what's going on here. Before we go, though, why did you say you think you've been betrayed?
I suspect Yvelda's been taken by none other than Granny Nightshade. It has to
Mm.
be her. Who else but? We
Why?
don't know that for sure, Benzie. Just
I mean, well, we'll keep our eyes open and our ears open and our noses open, and we'll see what we can do. No promises, but for now, we'll go talk to the the person inside, and then we will see what we can do from there. Okay?
yes, you'll have my deepest gratitude if you have any information whatsoever.
And I
He sort of
offer him a
wanders off.
tissue to blow his nose.
Yeah, he does start kind of like, you know, getting a bit more emotional now that he's got this newfound hope in you guys. Uh, yeah, sorry about him.
It's understandable.
All right, come in. He knocks on the door and says, "Marcy Pants, we have newcomers to the village." And you hear the voice. Uh, oh, let them in. Let's see what we got. And the door creaks. You can see there's like little trays and troughs in this room, and there seems to be a very sweet, almost chemical-like aroma as well. There is jars with little bugs in them. There's paints, or maybe they're more like colorings, and you can see all kinds of herbs and spices in little pots and racks. It almost looks more like a kitchen slash alchemy laboratory. It's kind of a mix between the two. And there is a goblin with an apron and a pair of gloves, and they seem to be in the middle of kind of mixing something together in a bowl, which is very, again, sort of sweet and sour aroma to it.
Is Peanut with me or with Morgoth? Because if
We'll
Peanut's
say
with me, I'm gonna kind of grab Peanut to keep Peanut from touching anything.
They're probably with you for the moment because you've
Okay,
sort of earned their
then
trust and
I'm gonna kind of make sure that Peanut doesn't go dashing over with childlike curiosity to see what's in everything.
yeah, good shout. They probably are licking their lips. Maybe they haven't been fed in a while, but they're probably heading towards like a jar of honey when you catch them by the scruff.
Peanut, honey, I don't know that this is safe, and it may be poisonous. So don't eat anything, don't touch anything, because we don't know how dangerous all this stuff is. It looks good and it smells good, but that doesn't mean it is good.
Poison?
Seeing that they're going for this food, I'm gonna just quickly pass them some of my rations.
Okay, sure. You hear that the goblin in the back probably heard you guys, and they're like, "Poison? No, 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 not poison here. Anything but poison.
Well, but
If it was poison, we'd all be out of a job."
Well, by the sounds of how things are going, you might be out of a job anyway.
Oh, is that so?
Well,
But are you the bearer of bad news?
no,
Did
but
Nightshade send you
no,
guys herself?
nope. But if people are jumping ship and stuff due to things, that's surely going to affect your business.
Yep. People are scared. People are losing hope.
Is it just
Terrace
nice?
Town is, well, it was a safe haven. We used to produce enough candy to sell to everyone in thither. But it's just not possible anymore. Not with all the red caps running around and, oh, not with that dangers in the air. There's,
Ah,
there's all
that one in
kinds of,
particular. What is the danger in the air?
hmm. She stops stirring her mixture for a moment and sighs a very kind of troubled sigh. She says, "Well, I've not seen it myself, but people are people have been spreading rumors about that the and she sort of throws some salt over her shoulder and she knocks on the table on wood and says in a quiet and whispered voice, she says, "Some say that Jabberwock is back."
Ah. So, not
You've
a
heard of it?
dragon then.
Oh, if legends are true, that thing is very much a dragon. Claws, wings,
But based on the
scales.
legends, does it walk on two legs and then sort of crawl on four?
Who's to say? There's a kind of crossed wires, I think, in the rumors. Some people say that it's got a long spiny tail that it whips around. Some people say that it's got eyes that shoot fire. Some people say that it's got, I don't know, wings like razors. There's all kinds of rumors about the thing, but
We
no one really knows for sure. Because
well,
anyone who's come across it usually doesn't live to tell the tale.
we came across some tracks that might be this Jabberwock.
Huh?
We saw this young bear's mother seems to have disappeared, and nearby there were tracks that start as something flew down. It seems to have like broken apart trees and then landed on two legs, and then seemed to circle on four, or at least on 4 feet.
That's not the first sighting, that's for sure.
We were
We have had
actually
reports of similar encounters.
we're actually trying to track it to some extent so we could try to find out what did happen to this bear's mother.
Track it, eh?
not to get close, but to just observe and see what it is. Find the truth behind the story.
Well, you're not too far off. Some say the sightings we've had are near the floating isles. They're these big islands up in the sky. Some say they've seen it round there, a shadow across the sky, or a strange sound that they've heard, unlike anything else.
Like a babbling sort of sound?
Right. And she seems to finish up mixing up this concoction, and then you see she grabs a nearby jar, unscrews it, and pulls out a little bug. It seems like it's already dead, whatever it is. Maybe like a cockroach, and she dips it into the mixture and puts it onto like a little tray for it to like set. Can I offer you some candy?
Is she making cockroach clusters?
She offers you one, says, yes.
I mean,
It's
I'll give it a try.
okay. So she hands you offers you the tray, and yeah, sure enough, on it there is a cockroach that's kind of covered in this sweet smelling candy. And there's also other little treats on there as well, slugs and such. She looks at you and goes, do you take your candy hard or soft?
I'm gonna turn to Tarquin and say, it's a shame Xaxx isn't here. He can survive eating anything.
True. Well, I'll have to be the Xaxx of the group. I normally go for either soft, but like sort of something I can chew, or something crunchy, because I like that crunch.
Well, this chocolate-covered cockroach is crunchy. Oh, there's this caramel-filled slug, and she points to that one on the tray.
Right. Tarquin pulls out a coin, flips it. Heads, which is going to be a 1, the cockroach, 2, the slug. Slug it is.
Okay, you squelch your teeth onto the slug, and the texture is like squeamish, but the taste is actually amazing. It's like a huge sugar rush as caramel fills your mouth. And as a result of this as well, I'd like you to hold on, actually I'll just roll it. I've got it right here. The table's up. Let's roll. Ta-da. Eating the candy causes you to foam at the mouth, making it difficult but not impossible for you to speak. So yeah, this caramel starts to turn into like this foamy mixture that just fills your mouth, making your cheeks look like more of like a hamster than it is a rabbit.
Tarquin, you've got rabies!
That's racist.
It's delicious, isn't it? Well,
What did you do to my friend?
oh, well, some of the candy has side effects. We can't always...
How long is this side effect gonna last?
Oh, it's harmless, really. Don't worry about it. A minute or two, he'll be back to his normal self. Now, with respect, I hear that with respect, this poor bear has clearly seen some hard times. Here, and they do hand them the pot of honey that it's eyeing up.
Wait, are there any harmless effects with this honey?
No, that's just an ingredient,
Okay.
not all mixed together yet.
Peanut,
But
this is honey, and they say that you can have some of it.
It starts pouring it and then sniffing, and then it licks its paw and then immediately digs in by stuffing its snout into the jar.
No, not too fast, baby. You're gonna make yourself sick.
You hear it kind of like rattling on the floor. Now, we are but humble town of gatherers and merchants here. We were trying to find our place in this world, but these troubled times have, well, they've put the fear in my kin enough that they're all up and leaving. It's the
Where are
like
they
I said,
going? Where do they think they can go that'll be safer than home?
That's what I said. See? This is the safest place. At least for now. They go deeper in, they're either going to encounter redcaps that'll try to lop off their limbs, or they'll get in between some sort of pixie sprite war that's going on. It's not like we can just fly off like them fairy folk off to the floating isles. And not that
Wait
you
a
want to
minute.
go there anyway, because like I said, I've heard sightings of the Jabberwock up there.
Wait. Back up. There's a war between the pixies and the sprites?
Mm-hmm. That's just another thing to add to the list of chaos that's ensued.
Do you
They
know what the sprite weapons look like?
usually
Do they
use
look
little
like
bows and arrows.
okay. They don't have any traps that look like a wedge of wood or a piece of wood that looks like a wedge of cheese?
Um, she scratches her
Wait,
head for a moment. Wait, what? You mean like a doorstop?
Yes.
No. No, fairies don't use doorstops.
Okay.
Nor do Sprite.
How do we get to the floating islands?
Well, there's kind of a leafy tether that connects them all together. But other than that,
wait.
fly?
Are you saying the floating islands are like a balloon?
Hmm. Yes. Yeah, they don't seem to be floating down, so you might be
But
right. They
but
could be
they
a balloon.
but they've got like a long, like almost string of leafy tether to them from the ground.
Right. It's like a big vine. It seems to be tethering them in place.
Hmm.
If you can get a hold of it and climb all the way to the top, then, well, you'll be embroiled in some sort of dreadful. You might be inscripted. Who knows? The fairies and sprites are getting desperate up there, causing enough chaos that it's making our job, a lot harder, that's for sure.
Hmm. So you've got Granny Nightshade, Jabberwock, Pixie Sprite
Hmm.
War, Redcaps. Any other dangers we should be aware of?
Hmm. She starts to think and starts going over her own information. Well, missing children.
Hmm. We found.
Benzie's 8-year-old daughter, Ivelda, went missing quite a while ago.
Hmm.
We've uh, we've done everything we can. We searched for weeks when she went missing, and still no sign of her.
I'm just thinking, that group of children we saved, were any of them a goblin?
I don't
No,
remember.
I don't
Yeah.
think they were.
Yeah, I was just thinking, imagine if we'd accidentally saved them and they were on their way home.
Yeah,
No, that's not good. That breaks the rules, right? You're not meant to harm children and stuff. They're meant to be safe above all things.
absolutely. Which is what I've tried to tell Benzie. I've reassured him that if she has gone missing, that there's likely no harm that's come to them.
I wonder. When when we were back in Hither, we saw um sorry, I've still got some caramel stuck in my teeth.
Yeah.
Um we did see some children who were like not necessarily in harm, but they were being ensnared by magical effects that was causing them not to go home, and eventually they'd suffer
Hmm.
from starvation, but they weren't suffering any direct harm. But if Granny Nightshade runs a toy shop, I'm wondering if maybe they've just been maybe something similar, so they're just stuck playing with the toys.
Hmm. Well, the banner seems to be kind of nodding, almost like you're confirming some suspicion of hers.
think. Oh, I suppose I should tell you of the another conflict that might be important. Is so obviously there's Granny Nightshade and then there's the other two, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
other two?
Yeah, there's the one in Hither and the one in the third place.
Oh, yes, her sisters.
Yeah. From what I can tell, they don't get on very well. Always seem to be trying
doesn't
to
feel like it.
mess with each other.
We goblins, we used to, well, we're spread across Prismia. We used to be quite united before these hags took over. Many of the goblins of Terrace Town have family and friends in Yon. And you're right. These hags don't get along. Seems like their division has also divided. It's the one divided the realms as well. Now our goblins haven't been able to like really touch base with each other in a while.
Mm.
Maybe that's where Benzie's daughter went. Maybe they went to see friends in Yon. They haven't been able to get back.
I mean,
She shrugged.
possible.
Just as likely that Nightshade is up to something.
Did we run into any goblins in Hither? I think we ran into hobgoblins, right? They were the ones on stilts, right?
That's correct, yeah, hobgoblins.
Which is slightly different, though.
Oh, that reminds me. There is more dangers. Hobgoblins. A whole airship full of them.
Wait. Just let me stop you for a moment. Do you have hobgoblin sky pirates?
We do. It's worse than it sounds as well. They they come and go. It's hard to pin them down. Some have been spotted going near the fairy circles. Don't know what business they have with those, but
Those the rings of mushrooms.
that's right.
Are they like a quick way round? Like here they had like these wells you could use.
I've never really understood them much, but we've had no business to go near them. Normally they're full of sing song and joy, but recently some of them have gone quiet. Don't know what that's all about. But we don't need any ingredients from the circles. We go elsewhere for those. But though these hobgoblins, they never used to be a problem. They were kind of just they were a bunch of goofballs. Yeah, goofballs. They were just nobodies milling around, sort of freeloaders. They didn't cause much trouble. But I think it feels like they've been rallied suddenly. They're all working together now.
Do you know who's in charge of them? Do they have a name?
They're gonna roll an intelligence check. But they're not. No, not 100% sure. But they must have a leader. They were completely clueless buffoons before.
And they haven't been attacked by the Jabberwock. If it is Jabberwock. Which would suggest...
Like I said, they seem to come and go. But right now, our biggest problem is... seems like Granny Nightshade is both our biggest ally and our worst enemy at this point. We're like I said, merchants. We used to sell the goblins there in Loomlurch, our candy. We had this kind of deal. As long as we kept on supplying the goblins with candy, then we were supposed to be off Granny Nightshade's bad list, I guess you could say. but recently we've fallen behind in our shipment. So I think things are only getting worse as a result of that. A couple of our minions have been spotted patrolling around. They came back here once, demanding more candy for the market. There are these weird tin soldiers. They're pretty tough, but they don't use eyes like normal creatures. I don't think they can see anything more than 60 feet away. I've been watching them, you see. Been keeping a close eye on them. But they're kind of mindless, like constructs, I think. And they're always marching to that damn drum. Goes wherever they go.
Okay, so if we hear drums, bad things are coming.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Whilst you mill over all this information, Solomon completely wandered off in the wrong direction. But what are you actually trying to do over here?
I was gonna pounce on this guy
Pounce on him.
a little
Poor
bit.
guy. Poor goblin. He looks like he's in the middle of like moving out his stuff.
I will pull him 10 feet towards me with Form Whip.
Good lord.
I'm Spider-Manning him.
Sure, roll a hit.
I'm not trying to hit like damage, just non-lethal. Can you actually target? Oh, you can target on this.
Oh god, you got him. He's an old peon by the looks. Unfortunately, he is too slow to dodge out of the way of this. Did you grab him by like the neck or the leg or something?
Just an arm, just to pull him up.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I wanted to say hi.
It's an assassin vine.
No,
Get off me.
I'm not here to. I just pull him up onto the ledge.
What are you? Who are you?
I'm new. My friends wandered off to talk to your guard.
Oh,
Why is there only
what do
one
you
guard
want?
here? I don't
Can't you see?
know. We
We've
were
got enough
told you.
problems to deal with as it is without pranksters.
No, we were told that Pixies told us that you could take us to Scattergums? Scabatha. Scabatha.
Oh,
Because you work for her.
no, I would say we work, but well, we have a trade deal.
So you work with her.
Yeah, we sell her candy
Okay. Can we
on the
go
market.
on? Can me and my friends go on a trade run with you?
Oh, if we had any candy to trade, yeah. Everyone's packing up shop though.
Do you
They're
not
afraid
have
of the repercussions.
repercussions of what?
Oh, we've been falling behind in shipments lately. All the ingredients are rotting away. Haven't you seen the trees out there? They're sickly. There's like a plague spreading through thither.
I don't know how I'm going to help with that, but can we not pretend we're giving goods?
You really want to see her that badly?
Well,
Scabbard's bad news.
we kind of don't have much of a choice.
Oh. Well, maybe you can ask some of the others, but I'm getting out of here. Gotta be somewhere safer than here. I mean, I've heard of a place called Fable Rise. That sounds like a safe haven.
Oh. Which direction's that?
I'm not sure. Apparently, some people say that the way to find it is follow the woodland critters.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sounds like a nice retreat.
maybe if you end up in Hither, you could go visit the brigands, because they work for us and they're good people now.
Yeah. You're a brigand as well?
No, they're brigands. We just own them.
Oh, things have changed in Heather.
Yeah, we own a lot of places now, apparently. Have
Hmm.
you ever heard of Dragon Incorporated?
No.
Well, you should. I guess Xaxx isn't here, so someone has to mention it.
Hey,
It's
Clark, this guy says that Heather's a safe place to go. Wait, really? As he starts climbing up. Heather, you say?
anywhere but in Downfall, because at the moment we haven't quite finished up in Downfall.
Is that where that old slack-jawed Laura lives? Alright. Well, we don't want to deal with any more hags.
About they're everywhere, but yeah, the brigands would probably welcome you if you mentioned the monarch of. God damn it, my memory isn't what it used to be. The monarch of Candlelight. Yeah, that's it. No, Witchlight.
I think he knows, but he's just playing along. You want to roll me a persuasion check? These guys are, they are looking for a place to go, clearly. Yeah.
I'm just like, here, these will help you calm down as well. And I'm handing them all out some crunchy leaves because.
Okay, sure. Oh, crunchy.
Oh, no! Can I turn off these dice?
They
I'm
rolled
done
a
with.
2.
I'm done with these dice because it stopped on fuck yeah and then very subtly rolled over.
I saw it roll onto a 2. Very sad, but those dice don't make a difference as to whether you get a good roll or not.
But it's given me false hope.
That's how dice work in the real world.
It stopped on fuck yeah, and then it very subtly rolled over onto a 2.
They say you sound kind of unsure. You know, it's a kind gesture, but I think we'll here there's a kind of a swampy shithole, so I think we're gonna stick with Fable Rise. Yeah, Fable Rise. Pulls out his little brochure. Yeah, this looks better.
Oh, can I see?
Yeah, sure. So it's like a picture of a spider with a book.
I can turn into spiders. Oh,
Mm.
why haven't we come across that yet? That would be so cool to go to.
Yeah, this is what this is his brochure.
Like, I imagine if Yarnspinner is doing this story, Solomon is more like, this looks amazing. I can't wait to go here.
Yeah, there's a little cute spider with a pair of spectacles.
That spider
Yeah.
looks like the best spider I've ever seen.
Isn't it just? See? Perfectly safe. Yeah, if you'll excuse me.
Well, maybe I'll see you in Fable Rise.
Alright, see you there.
Yeah. Try to mention to some of the other goblins that we want to do a run, a sweets run. Yeah, a sweets run to Scabatha. See if you can find anyone who will actually do the run to Scabatha.
Oh. They look at you and they go, "Well, we haven't got any candy. If we go to Scabatha's empty-handed, she's bound to punish us."
But someone might go. Maybe someone has like a ration of them. held to
Uh,
one side. You know, some people sneak some for themselves.
Hold on. You might be onto something.
How about if you do this for me, then I will let you have this, and it is more likely to get you into Fable Rise because it's like a token of like gratitude because of
Oh.
your love for spiders. And I pull out the jelly bean starfish cuddly toy spider.
Oh my god. You're gonna give that to him.
In this version, yeah.
Oh, this is pretty neat.
See, he'll see that you like
Alright. Okay.
spiders, and he'll get you in.
Alright. Listen. Rule of reciprocity and all of that. I got an idea.
Okay.
Okay. We don't have much candy, so that's no good. But there is stuff Bavlorna wants. Not Bavlorna. Scabatha. That's the one. Yeah.
How do you know what Bavlorna wants?
I don't know what she wants.
Oh,
But
okay.
me and the boys here, we got an idea of what she likes. She's got this little garden, you see. We've seen it out back. Growing all kinds of mushrooms and vegetables and stuff. But, I can tell you now, it's pretty shoddy. She needs some fertilizer.
Oh.
Uh-huh. But not just any fertilizer. We want... And she's gonna want something magical, right? To grow a magical mushroom.
But I'm magical. Do you want me to? I don't know if I need to right now.
No. I'm thinking. He looks left, looks right. I'm thinking, we go where that there Jabberwock was sighted, and we find its dung. That
Oh,
stuff's gotta be filled with magic.
that sounds like so much effort. What's a
Well,
Jabberwock?
you've not heard? And keep your voice down.
Is that the sort of thing that would kill a bear?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
100, very
oh,
much.
that seems dangerous.
It's always watching the skies. We've
Oh.
seen it. Me and him, we've seen it near the floating isles.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go then. If you know the way.
Whoa. We're not good climbers. Look, little tiny goblin hands. Yeah, these aren't good. We're good for digging, but not climbing. You bring us the
Well,
dung, all right, and we'll take you to Loomlurch, and then
okay,
you can deliver the dung as fertilizer, and you'll be in her good graces.
okay. What's your names? I, I don't want to forget which ones you guys are.
Oh, okay.
I'm Solomon, by
I'm
the way.
I'm Sis, and
Sis,
that's Ronk.
what's wrong?
Ronk, with a K.
That's not how you spell wrong.
No,
No, like it's
Wait,
with a G.
Ronk is spelled with a G.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Like that?
I'm
Ronk?
confused.
Maybe you're not hearing me right well. It's
No.
in any case. You good with that plan?
Yeah. I speak to my friends and we'll go get you some Jabberwock dung, and
That's
then
the one.
you'll take us to Scabatha.
Yeah. You might even get an audience with her if the dung is of really good quality. You're gonna need a lot, right? You're gonna need like probably at least like big doses of it.
Why is
She's got a
Rodolfo
big,
not here?
she's got a big garden, right?
Yeah. If Rodolfo was here, we'd have that portable hole. Anyway, I've got to go speak to my friends wherever they get off to.
A porta potty.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it's
could probably make the Jabberwock go in there. I don't know. Anyway,
maybe.
yeah, get on with it. Go. Gives you a
Bye,
little shove.
Susan. Wrong. What a weird name. Why couldn't his name be right?
Okay, so you head back around to the others, and you enter in, and this Mossy Pants looks at you. Solomon says, "Hard or
Oh.
soft?"
Soft?
Oh, here you go. Another slug for you. And they hand you this sweet smelling slug.
What does it do?
It's
It's
candy.
bloody fantastic. That's what it does.
Okay, I'll eat it.
Okay, yeah, you got a caramel filling that squelches in your mouth, and you can roll me. Oh wait, I'll do it. I'll roll on the table here. What do we get? Your footfalls emit musical notes that can be heard out to a range of 30 feet.
You know, have you ever considered not putting them into like bugs and stuff?
What? No, that's the best bit. What you mean?
Well,
Not everybody likes bugs. I mean, I'm human,
I'm
and
just
I don't eat bugs very often.
I'm just thinking, to branch out your market sort of thing. What if you got some of that chocolate, pull it into, say, that little bowl there, sort of sweeped it on the side, let it harden into like almost like a chocolate cup, and then you filled that with the caramel.
What?
Not as exciting as a bug, but
What?
maybe give it an idea.
You could maybe do different fillings. You could have, or you could hide. What if you make a chocolate egg mold, and then inside the chocolate egg mold is a little toy, and you work even closer with Loom Lurch in order to get the toys?
Oh, I don't think it'll take off.
What about this? And I'll create some good berries.
Okay.
And you put them in. You put the flavor into these berries, or the caramel, or whatever, and you call them goody berries.
Ooh, that sounds really tasty.
Because you don't know what goody effect you're gonna have.
See Peanuts trying to claw at the good berry on your hand.
I give one to Peanut.
You chew it for a bit. But yes, I'll take your ideas into consideration. But you weren't here to pitch some candy ideas, were you?
No, but I like to make business connections wherever I go. Part of my job as the monarch of Witchlight, head of the Carnival cards,
Yeah.
Oh, Your Majesty, I didn't realize we're in the presence of royalty.
It's fine. I'm not into the formalities unless they're necessary at the time. Consider this an incognito casual visit.
Oh, but by the way,
Ofsted.
Sis and Wrong said that if we're able to get Jabberwock dung for Scabatha, they'll take us to her.
Why do they need Jabberwock dung?
Because Scabatha likes to do gardening, and if they go on a run to Scabatha, they can't go empty-handed.
Interesting, and she will accept that?
Yeah, because it'll help her garden grow.
Yeah, but if that's
It does
Tabitha,
grow a lot of mushrooms.
how does your garden grow with Jabberwock dung and snails all in a row? I don't know.
That was a good try, Tarquin.
But yeah, that's an option we could do. We're just gonna go find this Jabberwock, which I assume is the thing that definitely did not kill Peanut's mother.
Yes, we'll go with that assumption.
So,
All
from
right.
what?
So did so we've learned that the Jabberwock is in the floating islands, and that we can get up the floating islands by climbing these vines that have tethered the islands to the ground. Tarquin, did I say that right?
Yep. Or, because we'd also be heading into a war zone that way. What if we try to pirate the Hobgoblin airship?
Well, do they
Oh
have any
my.
balloon makers here? Maybe we don't have to pirate something. Maybe we can trade or
Nope, nope, nope.
purchase a balloon,
Nope.
like the bollywogs.
But that's not the fun bit. I want it to be a sky pirate.
That is. Remember, we've only got 8 days.
I know.
And we've used
I
one.
know, but we don't want to go. Which means we don't want to spend ages going to find our own balloon when someone's got one and we can just take it and have fun whilst we're doing it. Plus, if they're managing to fly around and a Jabberwock's flying around, clearly the Jabberwock knows not to attack their balloon for some reason. Defense mechanism.
You know, it might just be easiest just to climb the vines.
I know. I'm just trying to alternate options, in case we happen to run into them on the way.
Or if you know any fairies or pixies that can fly you up there, that's another way, but...
I don't know that fairies or pixies could lift us, can they?
I mean, there might
Pixies
be
have pixie dust. Everyone knows that.
Oh, I'd forgotten all about that.
In fact, and you see Mossy Pants goes over to a nearby pot, like a little ceramic pot, and she shakes it and says, still got one dose, in fact. And she uncorks it. There's a glittering glow that comes from the pot. Ooh, oh, it's trying to escape. This stuff's rare, you know.
Yes, I have heard that it is. I know I've never seen it before. Have you seen pixie dust before, Tarquin or Solomon?
Yeah, I used some at the carnival.
Oh, okay. That's what that was.
It was how I was originally chasing the Kenku that was disguised at the time. I was
That's right.
yeah,
Kettle steam. You flew over after kettle steam with it.
Yeah, because we got it from the pixies there.
That's right.
Huh.
I could sell this dose to you if you're willing to barter for it.
How? Okay, I've got something I could trade for it. He reaches into his pocket, makes some fancy gestures, and pulls out the piece of orange parchment folded to look like a knight astride a unicorn.
Wait, what? What is it?
I've got a piece of orange parchment folded to look like a knight astride a unicorn.
Where did you get that?
That was one of the just random trinkets that I got at some point.
Yeah. Let me have a little closer look at that one. She inspects the handiwork. Ah, good folds. This is from the material plane, yes?
Yes. I think so.
I've never seen this color quite so bright before.
I know, it's very
what
vivid.
do they call this?
They call it orange.
What? Well, that's a fruit, silly.
Yes, but the color was named after the fruit, or the fruit was named after the color. It's one of those chicken or the egg situations. No one quite knows which came first.
All right, I see. Well, Make me a persuasion check. We'll see.
I have expertise in this now, so.
Oh, you have you?
Yep.
13?
Because
You know
I
what?
took skill expert when I leveled up. That
Yeah.
exact
That was a
reason.
good idea.
13 is enough, she actually says. Alright, deal's a deal.
Yep.
I like this.
I will take my bottle of pixie dust and
one dose of pixie dust.
and I will hand it to Tanwen.
Oh, thank you.
Because in the case of a fall, I've got the potential to say, well, we slip whilst climbing. I've got the potential to pull out my wings, maybe. Plus, I have the slow fall feature. Solomon can transform possibly into something that can maybe take the impact or swing themselves back. You're at the most risk.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I've put it on your sheet.
Thank you.
Pixie dust.
I'm sorry. One of my migraines is trying to form, and I'm having trouble seeing my sheet. So I really, really, really do appreciate this.
No, that's alright. That's okay.
Alright.
It'll be under equipment when you do open it.
so, what's the best way to get to the floating isles from here? Do you have someone who can guide us there? As people are leaving anyway, maybe one of them wants to go that way. In fact,
Yeah.
what about Benzie? Because he wants to look for his daughter, right? So maybe he could go that way with us.
Benzie's apparently in earshot and runs back in. Oh, you're going to help me find my daughter?
Well, I mean, if you believe she's been taken by either Granny Nightshade or the Jabberwock, then yeah.
Oh, please, yes. I'll come with you.
So if you can,
I know which way it is.
excellent. I mean, that sort of works, and that's sort of a rule of reciprocity thing, right? So you're leading us there, and we're going to do our best to help. Again, no promises that we'll succeed, but we'll do our best. Also,
Oh no, anything's better than nothing.
from memory, wasn't the gate guard on the Carnival a goblin?
Say that again.
The gate guard at the Carnival, the one who gave you your ticket, wasn't he a goblin?
He was a goblin, yeah.
What was his name?
Let me look back.
I'm just going to ask them out of curiosity if they know him.
So
Tarquin would remember, or I don't.
yeah. Actually, it's quicker if I just go to the scene.
We've been through so many NPCs at this point that, unless they've been like a major impact, like Elmer or Agdon, they do not stick in my head that well because there's just so goddamn many of them.
Yep. Okay, let me just view my scenes. His name was... Oh yeah, here we go. Nicholas.
Do you happen to, any of you happen to know a goblin by the name of Nicholas?
Now, that is an old name I haven't heard in a while. But yes, we remember Nicholas.
Yeah, I used to work with him for a bit. Back at the
Oh,
carnival.
really?
Yeah,
How's he doing?
he's doing pretty well. He's a bit of a grumpy sod, but he likes to make his deals, make little pacts and stuff.
He does. Did
Yeah.
any of you make a deal with him?
Nah. I was tempted, but well, I made a sort of a wager with him to get someone in for free to the carnival, so that was the closest I got for it. But he was a real stickler. Right? That's why I used to call him Stickless Nicholas.
He was a character.
Yeah.
I remember one time he made a deal with someone, and after that, they couldn't tell a lie.
Damn. That's a good pact. I kind of wish I could manage to pull that off on one of the hags. But
Well,
I suppose.
Benji here will take you wherever you need to go. And it's as this conversation's been kind of unfolding, is when in the distance you've been hearing this kind of like little drum picking up louder and louder, and it sounded like it was a tune that Solomon was perhaps causing from walking around, because at the moment every footstep he takes seems to chime some sort of melody. But no, this sounds more distant, and it's certainly getting louder and louder. And with it, you begin to hear a clattering as well, a rhythmic clattering that echoes from the trees surrounding the village. And after a few moments, you hear a couple of the goblins in the town square going, "No, no, they're here! They're here! They've come back! Marzipan's, what do we do?" She rushes out to the front where you guys are kind of standing, and sure enough, what you spot is a group of intimidating tin soldiers marching into view at the southern pinnacle of Terrace Town here. And a drum waddles in behind them on stubby little legs, and it's striking itself with a pair of tiny drumstick arms. And there's about 5 of these tin soldiers, all marching one after the other. And here you have an artwork for them. But these soldiers enter the town complete wordlessly, and they're going up towards. They go up towards this hut here, and you hear them rap their knuckles against it. Knock, knock, knock. And after hearing no response, they kick and barge down the door, and one of them goes inside. After that, they come back outside, seemingly not having found what they were looking for. They begin to make their way to the next one. Dad, they're ransacking the town. What are they doing? The guard looks to Mossipants and says, I can't stop them. There's too many of them. I'm the only one with weapons.
How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? We're going to be making... Guys, how do you feel about a warm-up against the tin soldiers?
Morgoth says, I've been dying for a fight. But,
Solomon?
Benji, you better stay back from this one. I can fight. And Benji actually pulls out a scimitar that he's been hiding all this time.
Alright. Tarquin's gonna start hopping down. And just sort of hop down, try to slide down this banister and spring off in front of the drummer.
Okay. We are going to roll for initiative as you begin making this. And can you give me like an acrobatics check?
Yeah.
Just to see how well you pull this off?
I really hope this goes well because...
Yeah. Pretty well. I'll say that you get into position just as combat's beginning.
Roll for Tanwen, as they said to play them as best as they can.
Solomon, you there?
Didn't see a B right. Oh, did they do a B right back? They did do a B right back. That was like 11 minutes ago, so just roll them, I guess, for now.
No, they rolled themselves. Okay.
No, I rolled.
Looks like you're up first, though, Tarquin.
But okay, so Tarquin goes. Pulls a little bit of caramel out of his teeth and goes, you know, is this actually like a creature, this drum?
It does have arms and legs and is beating itself to the drum. Well, it is the drum.
You know, you're a bit off beat, and then he's gonna swing round his maypole quarterstaff at it. Ah, misses.
Oh. It brings up one of the drumsticks and intercepts your own staff with it. And as soon as that strike hits it, you see all of the tin soldiers' heads turn, and the animated drum begins to suddenly wrap the drum in a different kind of rhythm, which seems to cause all the tin soldiers to suddenly just turn to you, Tarquin.
And then I shall follow that up. Do I want to go with... they're in a line. What's the range of this? Let me just check this a moment. Oh no, I'd have to do it as the attack, so I'll keep them in mind for next time. But you know what? I'm just gonna coat my fist in acid and punch the drum. Wow, I'm sucking.
The drum is nimble.
Yep.
And it's quite squat to the floor as well.
Yep.
So it kind of like waddles away one way and then waddles to the other. Anything else?
No, that's my... Yep.
Okay. Solomon. You're muted, by the way.
If you're there.
Jamey? Where's he gone?
I think I know probably what they'd do.
We'll come back to them. It's unlikely that he's going to stop all these tin soldiers in one fell swoop. So one of them rushes round to the aid of this drum and begins charging towards you and goes for a shoulder barge against you. Wow, misses. Yep, kind of goes straight past, clattering into the banister here. Do they have the old multi-attack? Yes, they do. After that, it kind of stomps its feet back into rhythm, and then tries to basically deck you with its own balled fist.
Ooh.
This does clock you for, ouch, 7 bludgeoning damage. And although they're wearing gloves, you can feel the metal underneath collide with your jaw, and feels like you just got hit with a mace. That's its go. Clapperclaw is clapping his hands and saying, "I'll clap to the rhythm as well. And if I stop clapping, it means you're all dead. Are you goblins going to help out my friend? He looks like he's also outnumbered, but together you outnumber them, right? Go on, give him hell." And he's going to try and rally them, which actually is a success. And the goblins are like, "You're right. You're right. Let's get in there." And the goblins are going to join the fight. Morgort needs no rally. She is already ready for battle. She's actually going to try and jump down as well. Do the same sort of maneuver you did. So I'm going to roll her. I'm going to give her an athletics check. And uses her more like frog. Yeah, she's a frog. Of course she can make jumps like this. She just leaps and bounds from one roof to another and comes crashing down behind this one in kind of a flanking position. And she's going to come down almost like a dragoon with the glaive straight down towards it.
Oh, that was my snap. Yeah, 20. I saw that.
That was close. But still, you hear this wrenching and scraping of metal as it scrapes down the back of this tin soldier. And she's going to go for another attack. That second one misses and kind of clangs up against its armor as it's, even without, it doesn't turn its head to look, but it instinctively brings out this arm and catches the glaive in its grip. And it seems as though Mossy Pants was telling the truth earlier when it says those eyes, they're all just for show. It's like they've got some other extra sense. Okay, Mossy Pants up here pulls out from the shelf, pulls out her short bow, and aims at the same tin soldier that you guys are shooting at. Takes the pot shot. Kind of clangs off of its helmet. And that's her go. The other goblin, he's gonna hop down, but he's not gonna get in melee range just yet. He's gonna take a shot as well. Ooh.
I see.
Man, these things are hard. Damn bucket heads.
Try for the
All right.
drum.
Huh? And he kind of looks over towards it. Okay. What is that thing? The animated drum's turn. It continues to drum louder and louder, and defiantly in your face, Tarquin. But instead of attacking, it is actually simply going to disengage and move around and behind these three tin soldiers. In fact, could I go in? Even going to go into the doorway. Can I get there? Oh, look, 35. No, I can't. It's going to stick here. All right. Next tin soldier. Strides up to you, Tarquin. And, yep, whooshes past your head.
I like to think Tarquin's getting onto the beat and is using that to weave
Yeah.
around their blows.
You are. A second swing goes wide. This third one rushes in. You feel a little bit surrounded now. Has it got enough to hit you? No. No, it does not. Nope. These things are trying their best, but... Okay, what about this guy? He's gonna get into a... Yeah, you're completely surrounded now, Tarquin. They're gonna have flanking for sure.
Perfect.
And this time pulls up both fists together and brings them down for a two-handed... Is an 18 a hit?
That's a 16 and it didn't hit.
No, he's got flanking now though, so...
An
He's
18
gonna have
is not a hit.
little bit... No, it is not. Trying as they might, they are unable to squash you in the middle of this fray. Benzie up here. Gonna hop down again. Give him the old acrobatics check. Oh. Benzie falls flat on his face. Takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Ends his turn prone. Ow. I just tried to do what you did, but... Ow.
Takes a bit of practice. You back,
Um,
Brandee?
Brandee is not back, I'm afraid. I don't know what happened to her in the chat, but last I heard, she said she had a bit of a migraine.
Okay,
So maybe she...
Then playing Tanwen the best we can. Just going to have a position, probably guarding Peanut. And do what they normally do. And go, considering they've got this position, might as well try it. Let's go for the sharpshooter. Ah.
10 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Oh, good damage too if it's been successful, Shane.
Of course, it's sharpshooter. Anything's good damage.
Yep.
Alright.
Let me just...
Jamey, are you there?
Think, what can I do?
You just muted yourself.
Bonus action wise.
Yeah.
There you are. There you are. Where'd you go?
Sorry, I had to make tea because Yaz came back.
Alright. Do you know what's going on yet?
We're fighting Tin Warriors.
You are? These things just charged into town. They've been ransacking homes, kind of going in them and then coming out empty-handed. They're not really stealing anything. Looks more like they're searching for something.
Did I do anything on my turn or?
Nope. We were waiting for you to get back.
Okay, my turn would have been to fairy freeze them.
Fairy fire.
Yeah, fairy fire, but fairy freeze.
I'm gonna say that Tanwen probably hunters mark the drum as well, so that when they can get them, they can do that extra bit of them.
So, because I kind of glanced before, and they were all clumped up here, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like all here. And if I was able to have my turn, I probably would have been able to get all of them. Or are we just going off right here, right now?
We're gonna go off right here, right now.
Okay. Well, just say I
'Cause that
hold my
was a while ago.
just say I held my turn to fairy freeze them then,
Mm-hmm.
if that's all right.
You can still get good 4 of them there. Or you can
Yeah.
go for the drummer and the other small one.
So I'm gonna. Sorry, Tarquin.
Yeah, this will get me.
He will, but this is a deck save.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should be
I'll-
fine.
Sadly, I can't get all of them, but I can get a lot. 3 fails and a succeed. And Tarquin's fine as well. Oh, I can't untarget you though, for some reason there.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I predicted it going. Tarquin, you see this big glittering fairy freeze coming towards you, and you're able to perhaps duck out of the way whilst they're all trying to clobber you. They get coated instead. All but one
Things-
who faces
Sparkling
it and
snowflakes.
backs away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sparkling snowflakes are just covering
beautiful.
them.
Snowflakes, you say?
Yeah.
If I have an icon for this. Yes. There you go.
Yeah. On 3 of them.
Okay, and it would be your turn in a minute again. Like, I'm just going to do one more tin soldiers go. But he's actually holding his action, so it is back to you, Solomon, I think.
No, it's
Well,
me.
Tarquin, actually.
Yep. So Tarquin, let's. These guys have lined them up oh so well. I've got to do it now. Let me just check the 20-foot cone. Ah, I didn't realise it did a 30-foot line. That would have been even better. But whatever. So we are going to bonus action rabbit hop
That's this one.
over the top of this one, landing here. And then
Okay.
as I land,
How do you oh yeah, it doesn't provoke.
yep, I'm wrapping the dragon, all 4 of them.
Nice.
So I need a dex save from all 4 of them.
Okay. Are you able to actually place the template down?
It's not been set up as a template. But I'm looking into doing that now whilst so if you just want to dex save them, because it's a 20-foot cone, so it should get all of them.
Yeah, you get quite a substantial size with that thing.
Yeah, I didn't realise I could also do it as a 30-foot line, otherwise I would have got them. All 4 fails. So they all take... Is it just 2 rolls of dice? Yep.
Yeah.
So, and my martial arts is currently still D4, I believe, so... all take 6 acid damage.
Acid, eh? Okay.
As
It
I-
definitely sizzles away on their metal armor.
Hmm?
Burns a couple of holes.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
good job.
Yeah.
That's one of your attacks.
And I've done my attack. I've done my bonus action because I had to rabbit hop a bonus action.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
No problem.
Actually, considering it's a 20-foot, nah, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Positioning wise. Alright, so back to trying to set this up. So that's my turn basically.
All right. Solomon, back to you.
I'll show you. I'm not gonna get all 4 of them. I'm gonna hold Ice Knife
Okay.
Until I-
What's the trigger?
when I feel they are clumped up enough that I can get all of them. And if not, then I'll just release it regardless.
I mean, they're all clumped up right now.
No, but it's only within a 5-foot square, so ideally I'd have to do the main attack there, which wastes a load of damage.
You can
I-
hit 3 of them. 3 or 4 of them.
I know, but I want to see if I can get all 4. That's my point.
Okay.
I'm ideally waiting for this
if you
one.
hold that, you lose fairy fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
'cause
concentration. Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I'm just going for it then.
Okay.
I forgot. Holding spells breaks
It
concentration.
does. You've got a good
Oh.
clump already. 3 out of 4 is good. Plus, you've got advantage on the first.
I'll roll a d20 just in case. No.
Okay.
So yes, it takes all. Wow, 2 1s on the d6s.
That was rough.
Yeah, but it also hits. Then and then he dex saves for this one and this one.
Okay.
Otherwise, they take 2d6.
One fails, 1 succeeds.
So that's. Yeah. To the one that failed. Really bad roll.
Okay. Yeah, the icy cold doesn't seem to affect their already perhaps cold exterior very much. But nonetheless, they are being weathered down slowly. One of them shakes off the chill and the acid, turns to Morgort, and gonna slam them in the face. Ooh. Not good. Morgort's plate is doing a good job of protecting them. Yeah, I guess for a second slam. No, nothing. The armored frog is holding the front line. A Clapper Claw, he's just chilling. He's actually inspired the goblins to keep going. Keep attacking. You can win. You can do it. Morgort is gonna take a couple swings. Is that a hit? Ooh, wrenches straight through the metal, and as she brings the glaive back through, you see its mechanisms kind of pop, and all these nuts and bolts come from the joints, and the whole thing just clatters to a pile. That is one down. Right, which one of you is next? Right, she's gonna probably kick it aside and step here, and start flanking with this one. And just kind of clangs on the back of his armor. Okay. Mossy Pants taking a shot at the drum here, now that you kind of told her to go for that. But kind of bounces off of it. And the other goblin, he's making his way down slowly, doesn't want to risk making a fool of himself. And continues to take a shot as well. No good. It's too small! Alright. The drum, meanwhile. Okay. Last time it disengaged. This time it's a bit safer. And it is going to pick up the drum pace to an incredibly fast kind of tempo. And as a result, you sort of see the tin soldiers kind of marching and marching on the spot faster and faster. And their attacks seem to be like swifter and pack more of a punch by the looks. So, yeah, it's going to use this action to up the tempo. As a result, these tin soldiers move into action, speed around to where you are, Tarquin, and go for 2 slam attacks on you, again with flank. So that makes it that's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just 6 bludgeoning, I'm going to take an extra 2 from this increased tempo. Makes their fist that much more harder hitting. So
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty nasty. The drum is like a bard in disguise. Okay, that's the first attack. Second slam comes with a lightning strike towards you. And that is also going to hit with the flanking bonus. So you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Whack! Feels like you're getting hit by a jackhammer. That's its go. This one behind. Yeah, I'm gonna say goes for you as well. It's in a good position to do so. Nat 20.
And that's me down.
Oh, crack. The drum has buffed these things to heck, and they are way more dangerous, it seems now. This one just slams into the back of Tarquin, brings him down onto the ground, and then turns with its second swing for Morgort. And that hits her as well. Rather than 7, it's going to do an extra 2. Douche. What the heck? These things aren't so sluggish anymore. That damn drum. Okay. One bursts into action, goes into a flank, and slam. She's doing a good job of parrying them, even though getting kind of surrounded here, though. So back over to Benzie. Gets up off the floor, has a target right in front of him, thankfully, and is going to slice with the scimitar. Hits! And does a nice 6 points of damage to it, making this one kind of... it looks pretty rough. All its metal is now scraped and misshapen. Tanwen's going.
Shoot the drum, but with a standard attack, I guess. Because the sharpshooter didn't pull out. They do have hunter's mark.
Yeah.
So,
She could also, if she wanted, she could sharpshoot one of these fairy-fied.
Yeah, but I'm thinking at the moment that taking down the drum's probably the best way to bring them down.
Sure, can do.
So
The tin soldiers are quite damaged, though, so it's up to you, really. It's risk or, you know.
Yeah,
It's whether you want to focus fire or go for the main, clearly like the most dangerous enemy. Oh, you actually hit it. That deals a very decent chunk of damage.
And it'll have the extra D6 from Hunter's Mark as well.
Wow, and rolled max on that too. Okay, this soaring arrow goes straight through the drum, piercing its skin, and that would normally kind of completely break up a drum, but it's still hitting its top, and it's making enough of a rhythm that the tin soldiers are continuing to march to it. But oh yeah, that drum it's seen better days for sure. Maybe it just needs to pierce the second skin.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Actually, let me just check with one of their abilities, because they're a swarm keeper and it's not one I've done anything with. So I just need to check what they can actually do.
So when you hit a creature, you can deal an extra 6 points of damage. Sorry, an extra D6.
Six.
Extra D6. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
let's do that for that extra.
Okay. Extra 2. All right. It's looking that arrow torn into it seemed to have a little dragonfly attached to it, and even that starting to like tear and sting away through, like puncturing tiny holes in its skin.
Yep.
Okay. Right at the bottom of the round, this last tin soldier was trying to protect the drum as from any more people getting up to it, but these arrows that are raining down didn't anticipate that. So instead, it's going to leave its post, rush up to this here goblin, try to take it out of the fight. Ow! Oh no! Oh! That's going to knock him out in one. That poor goblin. Thanks to the extra damage from the drum, he is knocked to unconscious. I guess then he goes to the next perceived threat, which is Morgort. Goes for a second slam. But misses. Okay, back to the top. Tarquin, I need you to roll a death saving throw. Success. Solomon. You're muted again, Jamie.
So I'm gonna go with this. And as Solomon sees that Tarquin's in danger, he's like, "Stop hurting my friends!" And these crunchy leaves that are usually comfort fly out at all these. And as it touches them, it starts to wither them.
Oh lord. Is there a save?
There is. They have to make con saves.
Did Tarquin? Did you get a con save pop up on your screen?
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
for
roll
Tarquin.
that. Just roll it.
Oh, I clicked off of it because I didn't think it was targeting me. So
No,
Okay.
it's not.
but I
It-
can just roll a con save. See if it just that wasn't a con save. That was a con
No, it
check.
won't work now. It probably won't work. Don't worry. We're gonna use. I know what it's gonna do. It's gonna roll it in a second. Be like, oh, you failed.
So that's
All right.
half the damage.
So it's 4.
Yeah.
To the drum. Okay.
Yeah.
The soldier takes.
Oh,
6
come
leads.
on. Half as well.
Okay. And then this one. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So half as well. And
Half.
as these leaves touch across them, some of them fall upon Tarquin in like a leaf pile, and he is allowed to use a hit dice to heal himself.
Mm.
Mm.
It kind of makes sense though, doesn't it? These constructs are very lifeless in a sense. So as you try to drain them from that life, you don't find much there.
Just trying to think how
But
I guess
it might just be enough that Tarquin gets that little bit back.
Well, if my hit dice is a D8, isn't it? And then it adds
It
your
is.
con, so
Yeah,
Actually,
it adds my spellcasting ability modifier, so +5.
okay, so that puts me to 13, which is good. And then I need to take a hit dice down. Okay.
Nice. Well played. Getting Tarquin back in action. Pretty big.
And I think
go down to Morgul.
and I think I've set up my Breath of the Dragon correctly now.
Morgul struggling. Ah, I'm screwing up. Mossy Pants takes another shot at the drum. Can she do it? No, she can't. God damn it! Curses! The drum! It's getting away. You indeed see the drum beginning to maneuver. Gonna get over to here, and instead of running all the way, it's actually gonna take a dodge action. And this tin soldier here. It goes to move away. Tarquin, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he has Tarquin. Tarquin obviously can't do a lot from this, so he's just gonna lash out with his foot on it.
Okay, disadvantage.
Can't actually tell if I've got that targeted or not.
Actually, it's flat.
Have I got? Yeah, I couldn't see the little orange bits because of the thing around it. Okay. Nope. Oh, I've still got the drum targeted. But...
Misses, unfortunately. Just barely as it's pushing out through here. Did I say these things came out of this house? Yeah, or not?
Yeah.
I did, didn't I? Okay, alright. Just gonna go this way instead. It dashes and breaks in this door here. That's mostly going to be its go. The one next to you is also going to run in, and you hear this screaming as this tin soldier that's dashing back out, still got some movement left, ends up getting to about here, and under their arm is a small goblin child who's just kicking and screaming, trying to get their hands free from this tin soldier, and it is still marching to the beat, completely oblivious to the protests of the small child. That's going to be their go, though. And it turns back to the goblin that's trying to attack him, Benzie, and it just says, in a kind of monotone and metallic-like voice, just says, "Stand down, citizen." And it tries to move away from both of these two. Of course, Morgoth's not going to have that. She immediately tries to glaive him. Yeah, actually hits him. Buckles his armor. Benzie might as well have a go at it as well. Nope, not enough though. Okay, then it's back to Benzie's go. Gonna rush over. He says, "These ones, they're taking goblin children too." And he rushes off, trying to like slice at the one that just left, and his blade just kind of dulls against it. Unfortunately, back to you, Tanwen.
Okay, so Tanwen, although it will be at disadvantage, they've been doing well of it so far, so let's... Here come... wow, one and a two.
Oh, yeah, its little movements are hopping left and right constantly in an unpredictable pattern, such that Tanwen is way off mark. Anything else?
No, there's not a lot else they can do.
Level 5, not great. This tin soldier is really mean. Noticing that you are actually conscious now, it's going to take 2 attacks at advantage against Tarquin.
Mean.
Oof. Very, especially since he crit and just punches you straight into the stomach, winding you, probably making you cough up blood. And then the second strike comes down. Oof, you're lucky though. Yeah, you duck your head out of the way just in time as it thuds into the earth next to you. And then after that, actually continues to move past.
Okay.
Stand down, citizen. This is your last warning.
Okay.
Back to you, Tarquin.
Tarquin, half his movement to stand up. We're gonna rabbit hop. 25. No, wait. How many feet can I rabbit hop? I think it's 10 feet, right? 5 times your proficiency bonus. So yeah, 10 feet. So am I going to be able to get into range? Yes, so 10 feet gets me to there with the rabbit hop. Then I've got 15. Oh, wait. I've got 20 foot more of movement. I'm a monk. Can I make this? No, I can't quite get into the line where I want there. Just working something out. Okay, we're gonna have to... No. Okay, so I'm not gonna rabbit hop because that's not gonna work. So I've used 20 foot to get up. And yeah, we're gonna bonus action step with the wind to dash, giving me basically another 60 foot movement I can use this turn. Specifically getting to there without getting into. And then let's see if this works.
I'm gonna try and swing at it. Oh no, I'm gonna make it save. It has got advantage thanks to the dodge. But even with that minimum depth, come on.
I did 2d4 damage. Did that not halve? Successful.
It is. What's is it +5?
I think that's for the calculation to get the damage right, because it did just roll. No way, it shouldn't be +5. Where the hell was it getting plus?
That's
No
what I'm
wait, yeah,
confused
take
about.
off the +5. It wouldn't be +5. That's because I
No.
based it off of my unarmed attack. That's why. 'Cause-
Okay, so it does 5 this round, halved. Is it halved?
Yeah.
Or is it nothing at all?
It's halved. So we round up, so 3.
Yeah, it would be 3. Ooh. Okay. Something. Oh wow, that's enough to take out this drum, even with, even with it being halved.
And
The drum, trying to get away, it tries to dodge in time, and it does.
Yep.
But go ahead, describe to me how you take out the drum.
So I like to think that Tarquin obviously gets up, takes a deep breath to like get that wind back in, sort of rushes round, curves round, slides underneath it, because obviously it's got piercing at the top, and just sort of does that. I'm going to say, because it makes more sense for the line, a lightning bolt through its bottom and straight out through the up to.
Nice. Wrecks havoc through the battlefield, hitting another tin soldier at the back, and it too stumbles. But as soon as the drum stops, the music's come to a halt, as the tin soldiers, and they just sort of stand there, ominously still. Their motions have completely ceased, and the child underneath the tin soldier's arm. Get him off of me!
Get him out, Benzie.
Yeah, Benzie's up sometime, but it's. We'll go and turn it off just for a few more rounds. Solomon, you're up.
So I've taken out the drum and they've all just stopped.
They have, yeah.
They've just scattered.
No, they've
No.
just stopped.
They've stopped. They've stopped marching. They were all kind of heading in this direction, back the way they came, but they've just stopped on the spot.
Motionless, not even doing anything.
Their feet have stopped, but you can see that the arms still grip the child, and he's trying to get away. He's like, "Get him off of me!" Ah.
Is it the child is grappled?
Yes.
How far away is it? Okay, I'm gonna risk this. I'm gonna move 5, 10. And I'm gonna jump down and try and slide down this banister.
That's what I did earlier.
Yeah. Give me a acrobatics check.
Just gonna try and copy it. Acrobatics. 11's not bad.
It's a bit slippery. I'm gonna say you don't take the full damage, but you get to there and then effectively slip, and you have to kind of like steady yourself up against the door frame, kind of ending your movement.
But I could have got to the.
You've had to instead take your time to like climb down and stop. I could have been meaner. Full damage would have also been a pain.
I would happily have taken fall damage if it got me to where I wanted to go.
No, you would have just fallen here. You would have just been face planted here.
Wait, how do you fall down but then back up? Reverse gravity?
No, because you started up here.
Oh, okay.
There's like 2 tiers you're jumping down.
No clue. I'm just gonna hit it with a frostbite. I wanted to farm whip it, but that's kind of ruined my whole plan.
Targeting both here.
Yeah, and it's only done the damage, not the roll for some reason.
Also, what was the point of fairy fire? I don't know. Anyway, one of them takes a little chill, but it doesn't seem to be retaliating in any way. Not yet, at least.
Yeah. Well, the fairy fire would have been helpful using form whip, but I'm not close enough.
Yeah, well, that's why this goblin was moving up every round. Although he did get smacked in the face for it.
Yeah,
You
that's my
can't
turn.
be both safe and having offensive power. Anyway, the clapper claws fine. Morgort. I go. Which one is it? She rushes over and tries to smack this tin soldier over the back. And with it being completely motionless, it doesn't seem to defend itself pretty well. In fact, she just lops off its head, wrenches its arm away, and the child comes free. Ah, thank you! And this runs back away. Or just realized another tin soldier there. Probably just runs this way. Ah! Screaming. Okay. And then she turns to the other one. Huh. Not so tough now, are they? And again, another clean hit. Lopping this thing's head off as well. This is like fish in a barrel. Mossy Pants is... Oh, good job, everyone! There's still 2 left. I'll take a shot at it. No, useless. She's tried to put up a fight, but she's just not good at good enough aim. This tin soldier stands there, and that's his turn. Benzie looks up at it and goes, "Huh. We're doing it, guys. I think we can really win." And as he runs up to this tin soldier, it suddenly animates. Its arm swings around and collides with Benzie. Oh! But he skids underneath and dodges it just barely. I would have cleanly took off his head as well. Benzie doesn't have much HP. Okay, they're still dangerous. Oh! Clang.
Wouldn't he have
Sword doesn't do
advantage
much
on
against
that
it.
one because it's still got fairy
Oh,
fire?
that's true. Yeah. Good shout. Good shout. Hey, there we go. With its joints kind of frozen up in place, he does manage to get a good hit. And it would have done enough damage on the first roll to actually knock it out. So there you go. Oh, I got one! I did it, guys! Okay, Tanwen.
Well, there's one left still standing, so
There it is.
let's shoot it again, I guess. It's not gonna be enough, is it? No.
No. Ting! On the back of the head.
It really
Tin
needs-
soldier. No more stomping, but it stands there in place, motionless. What do you want to do, Tarquin?
Okay. Considering that one of them still attacked Benzie, and this one's just had its turn, it's probably got a reaction, or a held action. So I'm going to throw a dagger at it.
Okay. Tink! Straight off the face of the
Then
tin
my
soldier.
offhand thrown dagger.
Oh! That one hits it. Cuts off its mustache as well. But it remains still. Solomon, that's your go.
So the kid is safe now.
Yeah, there's only one tin soldier.
So I can move to there. Are we just popping it? Is this what's happening?
Yep.
Sure, why not? It's just fun with it. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you hit it. And you're pulling it?
No, I'm not gonna pull it. I'm just
Okay.
whipping. I'm just farm whipping it.
It is whipping
Whip
it.
it.
Alright.
Whip it real good.
Okay, Morgort.
I think we've learned that so long as we don't go right up to them, they don't take attacks.
It seems
And
as
Morgoth's
way.
got reach.
Yeah, I do indeed. And she lunges forward, striking the creature.
Ah! Somehow hitting Tarquin.
And Tarquin is dead, just as all was planned. And
One of the
Georgie, sorry.
pieces of it just flies off and almost shears his ear, and he like almost faints for a second.
Yarnspinner's version of this story is where Morgoth turns on us all and murders us brutally.
They are not Morgoth, they are Murgoth.
A couple more arrows. Oh my god, she finally hits. Seeing that the fight is finally going your way, she rallies. Benzie too. I learned my lesson. I'm just gonna stick by here. In fact, actually, hold on. He picks up a nearby rock and just chucks it.
Actually, as part of it, bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to that one as they fire. And not, though they're dead anyway, but have the 2d6 extra damage from that and the insect.
Okay, yeah,
It's
there we
like, die!
go. Nice. That insect comes along, stings it in the face, and it seems like it just tilts over and falls to the ground in pieces. And that will
Okay.
end combat.
Okay, we have artists in our group. I really want to see a picture of an arrow with a dragonfly on it. And I'm just
would be
picturing
pretty
the
sick.
dragonfly with like little goggles to handle for the flight speed of the arrow.
Oh yes, that does sound cool.
I
Alright.
like to think that the dragonfly doesn't actually hit the enemy. It just adjusts the arrow to make it hit vital points.
Yeah, it literally just. Oh god, it's got like a little steering mechanism, just twisting slightly. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, the
Or
quiver's like a little rudder for it.
or just flaps a little bit faster in order to like have it hit with more impact.
Good stuff. Lying around you in piles of metal, armaments, hats, all kinds of limbs of these metal mechanical monsters.
Do their bodies appear to be hollow?
They are, yes.
Let's
They are like
open them
little
up and check.
tin soldiers.
Open them up and check.
Yeah, you check over them. They seem to be animated by some kind of magic rather than mechanical marvel.
Tarquin just sort of looks at Solomon and sort of just counts the group. 1, 2, 3. This could work in our favor. There are 4 of these, 5 of these things, and there are
5 of them, 1 drum.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, including Morgoth, 5, including Benzie or Clapclaw. We could use these as disguises.
We could. That'd be fun.
There is an issue with that. Although their tokens don't represent it, these are small creatures, like a literal tin soldier, like a toy.
Oh, it's in
They are all small.
Are they as small as me? Because I'm a small creature.
You are small. You could use it as a disguise. Medium creatures would have their joints kind of showing, like knees and elbows would be protruding out of the armor.
Okay, but Benzie could and Clapclaw could.
Yes, that's true enough.
I have an idea.
Tell me the idea.
You could also.
I fix the drum. Can I fix the drum?
It's kind of been wrecked by arrows and
lightning.
Yeah, but I'll just
and lightning.
Just fix the head so it's actually usable as a drum.
How do you fix it?
I don't know, some tape, vines.
No, it's not gonna work. The drum has been wrecked. Like that arrow shot through it with intent to destroy it. And as such, there are other little holes in it as well from where the dragonfly poked and prodded and pierced. It's an absolute mess. Like this drum it's probably beyond repair.
Can I take a piece of bedroll and put it over the top? Like I want to repair it. My idea.
Bedroll. It
My
won't
idea.
make a no. That won't make a drum noise.
I don't know.
A drum skin is very like specialized in how it's used and stretched.
What if I turn it into like a metal drum, but like with a cymbal noise? If we take a piece of one of these armaments and put it on top.
There's none that really fit in the same shape or size. These tin soldiers are really small.
I
And
wanted to wear it as a helmet and pretend to be a very large drum.
I mean, the drum is also a small creature, so
So it would only fit over my head,
it would only fit on your head, yeah.
which is perfect. I'm a very large drum.
All right, well, let's see how this guy's holds up if you choose to go that route. But you can stick the drum on your head for the time being.
I'll find. Can I go around and find something that would be good to replace the drum then? In terms
You
of
would
like,
need to skin a creature, tan the leather, stretch it, like cut it into the right shape. It's not an easy job, and I don't think you even know how to necessarily do that.
So you're not gonna skin a goblin.
No,
it's dead.
Solomon's Dark.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Tarquin's gonna just climb back up to 10. Actually, no, Solomon, you've got some good berries because you made some, right?
I have, yeah.
Can I have some good berries?
I already healed you. Why are you damaged again?
Because I got punched in the face whilst I was down.
Oh, why did you instigate the fight?
Because they were breaking into people's homes. And we're the good guys. It's kind of our thing.
Yeah, but Benzie, how often does this happen?
they never attacked before, not so harmfully. They came by earlier, and they were I think they voiced their displeasure with how late the shipments have been.
Wait, Benzie, do you think they were trying to take children as like a payment?
Oh dear, that sounds like something they would do if someone was to go back on a deal or break a pact.
Did you break a pact?
Nope. Tarquin's gonna go, right, I'm gonna be back. He's just gonna scramble up his wall and hop up and be like, so, Mossy Pants,
I'll give you my good berries, by the way.
okay.
9 of them.
I'll just, how many?
All 9.
Okay, I will immediately take 8 of them. I'll keep 1 just as a spare. Right.
It's unforgivable.
So, your shipment's late, I believe. Is that what's going on? And was that some sort of deal you had with Miss Nightshade?
She sighs. Like I said, yes, we're supposed to make candy for that old hag, and then she was supposed to leave us in peace. It's less of a deal, Tarquin, and more of a racketeering.
True, but my guess is that because you haven't been able to get the shipment to them, they're now taking children as payment. Or trying to.
That looks like that's what happened. Those are definitely the minions of Scabatha.
How many of them are there, or have we just taken out the entire bunch?
No, I've seen more of them. There's quite a few in Loomlurch, but they've never come out, and they only come out if we cause some trouble. But there's like sentries.
So, trouble as in taking down a bunch of them?
Yeah. If you was to attack one, you're attacking all of them.
So he just sort of looks
Loomlurch
at the dead piles and it's like, do you think she knows?
I It's hard to say. We've never taken out any of them before, but Loomlurch is miles from here.
Okay. Then I think your best bet is whilst we try to get some stuff to send to her, we'll eat. In fact, whilst we'll use it to get there and like get us there, we'll even say it come from here and it's like sort of payment to get on their good side for you, and hopefully stop them doing more of this. But I would probably, whilst the candy's important, I would probably consider like trying to build some maybe makeshift defenses or something, or ready some traps or something to try to protect yourself in case more of these things come.
Oh. I think we'll call a meeting with all the rest of the goblins here.
Yeah.
We'll
Sounds-
decide what to do.
Yeah. Apart from Benzie, he's coming with us.
Okay, yes. Benzie, lead them onwards to the floating isles.
Yep. How long have we been traveling exactly? Like, is this like a good time for a long rest? Is what I'm asking. Or have we not traveled that much?
You've not really traveled that much, but you get to dictate really when you're having a rest. The only thing you've got to think about is that you're on an 8-day schedule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. In which
it's
case,
and that's to get back as well. Don't forget.
Tarquin would like a short rest.
A short rest, yeah. You could probably get away with that pretty easily.
Just to get myself up a bit. So
yeah, you help.
Yeah.
The others who don't need the short rest will help clear up the tin soldiers.
Yeah.
And
maybe
get them
gather up a couple of them for disguises, but
yeah, sure. They'll nonetheless they'll sort of gather them up in one pile, hide them in one of the houses. And you can have a little short rest, take a breather.
I'm just gonna burn them all. Why not? Oh, I suck at rolling nice, but that gets me up to 19 out of 27. That's not bad.
You're going to burn them all? What?
I meant the hit. That was me thinking aloud to myself. I burnt through all my hit dice basically. But alright, so yeah, Tarquin's probably just gonna sit in like because these guys are obviously having a meeting. He'll just sit by the door and be half lit. Or are they having their meeting down there?
They're gonna meet up and then go to a dwelling.
Yeah.
Is this guy dead or unconscious?
He's rules written. He's dead.
Okay,
but
you put unconscious symbol on him, so I was gonna give him the last good berry instead of giving it to Tarquin.
Okay, that would help. Yes. Okay, then he comes to. Oh, that thing really took it out of me.
Oh, they're all down now.
You did good. You killed one, but as
Did
you
I?
killed it, yeah, it fell on you and you
heck.
passed out.
Oh yeah, I got one guy who's.
But it was the most fearsome one. You did good.
I feel empowered.
Tarquin probably goes back down before he does his rest or as part of his rest and sort of just looks to them and goes, whilst we'll take a couple of these just in case we need them for disguises, maybe you can use the others so you could like pretend that some of you are already here, maybe. I don't know how well these things will fall to deception, but might be worth a try. Plus, they're quite good armor, so they might be good protection for you.
You could try it.
You could string them up somewhere where when you cut a rope, they swing into an enemy.
That too.
All good ideas. We're going to discuss what to do while you're away on your little venture there.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
I'm just thinking, as we also lost a Tanwen before we make any big decisions, do we want to just call the session early today?
I was thinking
Yeah,
that
it
as
seems
well.
a fitting
Point.
place to perhaps end it. Yeah, we'll say that you're already on your way to the actual floating isles,
Yep.
cutting your way through trees and branches, trying to locate said floating isles. But there does seem like a good place to end, just so we don't get too far ahead
Yeah.
that they're out of the loop.
I mean, we've
And
got two deadlines. We've got the 8-day deadline, and we've got the deadline of when Sara and Julian get back.
yeah, don't you worry. I think this is going a good pace to have this wrapped up by the time they get back.
Alright,
So this is us signing off.
yep.
Thanks very much for watching. Tune in on next week where we continue this the Floating Isles arc, and we will be live again on Friday as well for Roll for Story.
And
In the-
tomorrow
Why does the
for
stage
What Lies
not move?
Beneath. Assuming you're available, Jamie. I don't know if you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be
Excellent.
available?
Alright. Bye for now.
Bye bye.